Testing, 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 testing. Oh yeah, I hear. Oh yeah, I hear.
Hello,
I
hello.
yeah, I'm not sure. Was the audio working at the beginning? Alright.
Sorry, are we live?
Yeah, we're live still.
Okay,
We were
sorry.
going over a lot of things earlier, so I guess we'll start all over again. My name's Benny. I'm also a knowledge enjoyer in this picture, and
And
as you
I'm
can see,
yeah, I'm
no,
Charlie.
yeah, here's Charlie. He's very eager
What
to introduce himself as well. So
one
yeah.
of the commentators? It's okay. We got this in the bag. But yeah, unfortunately there were some audio issues coming into the draft, but we got most of it sorted out. So hopefully it is all smooth sailing for your viewing experience. We're just going through the last bits of draft, and then we have to wait for the spectator delay.
Yeah. So I was gonna give some. We were giving some really good context earlier. But then sadly wasn't being captured. So I guess we'll go over it again. So during draft pick, they banned away the Senna, which I believe Heavy Sweaty Men scouted it out, and I think that it was a very reasonable ban because we know tuition fee. Vivian on the enemy team here is a very proficient Senna player, and banning away the Senna really restricts the options I guess they can play in the bot lane because with Senna you get champions like Senna TK, and I'm assuming Tom Kench was going to be a big issue, especially with the champions that Heavy Sweaty Men want to play. So for example, they're concerned with the Kennen and the Jax, like wouldn't be able to like essentially delete the ADC. So by banning away Senna, you kind of ban away the Senna TK combo.
Right.
And also, the first pick Vayne was very interesting. I personally thought that this was very interesting, but I think also that Heavy Sweaty Men very, very confident on the Vayne pick. We've seen Matt Kuzki really carry some of the previous games against Ben's team, I believe. I'm not sure what
Yep.
their team name is. What's their team name, Charlie?
I don't know either, but I do know their team was Team 5, and they got knocked out on the gauntlet up to facing Team Blank. But yeah, unfortunately, they just got hit out, and it's from what you're saying, it seems like the Vayne was a pivotal pick against these against
Yeah,
these.
it was really like it was really unleashed. Like I think it was also into like a very Um, I wasn't sure which exact matchup it was into, but it was a very not. It was not really a winning matchup, but I remember after laning phase, the main pick really popped off. So we
Mhm.
would have to be looking at Mag because Keith this game, see whether or not he can carry this one as well.
Yeah, but going down the list, I think the most interesting pick is not really the Jax per se, but I actually really think the Blitzcrank pick is very interesting, and what followed afterwards too. The Blitzcrank seems to be a counter to Seraphine. It looks like they just want to get rid of this game as fast as possible. They want to delete Seraphine, maybe Sivir too if her spell shield happens to be down. But I think the response from team was just very interesting. Sivir being picked into Blitzcrank and especially Vayne, the two low range matchups, it heavily favors Vayne once she can get in range of Sivir. Sivir really only valuable for her wave clear and her eventual late game damage. But the lane phase will definitely be interesting to watch. After that, though, we have more top lane bans. We have Ornn, Nasus, Lissandra, and Camille. A couple of bans targeted towards the mid lane for less control, and more of the top lane picks, as those were the remaining picks left over.
Mm-hmm. One thing I really do, I'll have to highlight is if you look at these two team comps, I'd personally say that maybe the right team comp here is more confident in a straight out, um, I guess, during objective contests.
Mhm.
However, I also believe that um, the left side heavy sweaty men are slightly will have slight advantage in the side lanes, especially with the Jacks, because I think there will be trouble matching the Jacks later on if Aatrox and Jacks are somehow still even in lane. If they Jacks manages to get even out of the laning phase, I believe there will be some eventual issues in the side lanes. So
Mhm.
I think another that would be something that they'll have to deal with accordingly.
For sure. The one thing to note though is that Team Heavy Sweaty Men, it feels like their wave clear is kind of lacking. We have
Yeah,
Sivir, Vex, and even Seraphine as a support who can wave clear very effectively against Team HSM. But it seems to be that they're lacking wave clear themselves. So we'll just have to see how objectives are played out. As spectator delay finally finishes up, and we'll be getting into game very, very, very soon.
yeah.
as soon as
Another concern I sort of have with the left team comp though is that they really have to play these team fights really well. Like the Kennen really needs to find some really good angles in order to get his damage off, and it's very sort of like inconsistent damage. When you think of champions like Echo, you think of champions like Kennen. They're kind of very like and kind of like Jax to a certain extent too. They're kind of very like burst oriented, and they're not really like I mean, I guess Jax is quote unquote sustained damage, but his damage is very like dually. You know what I mean? It's not really like in the AOE team fight base. The same thing with Vayne. So I'm kind of, I guess, concerned if whether or not they'll have enough like damage, especially with the Seraphine shields and everything. So I think Cadence will definitely need to find some really good angles in order to like win these team fights.
Sorry, production. If you can stream for Knowledge Enjoyer, we're already in game. And we have a 5-stack going in.
Oh my god! Well, that's
We get
first
blown
blood.
up. that is great. We already see the 300 gold going to Kennen in a range versus melee matchup. We're very excited to see how that plays out. Kennen's very happy with the bonus gold.
Indeed.
Gold too.
I actually saw Ray prepping this matchup. Actually, I was seeing her. I was playing some like ARAMs, and then I just managed to see that she was playing some custom games with Ben, and she was actually playing this matchup in particular. So let's see how she deals with being down 1 kill.
All in good practice.
On.
Sure.
Yeah.
As we
she
see,
is
both
very
lanes
prepared.
Both lanes are starting the bot side. Both lanes are leashing, so information is in full force as both teams know exactly what's going to happen in terms of pathing and in terms of where they will be at certain times. Yeah. We have the top lane going calmly over right now. Even with the 1 kill, not too much pressure to be put on until level 2. Taking a look at bot lane, not too much is going on. Space, etc. Just poke it, throwing in some autos when possible as a melee champion. Kind of ballsy, from what I can tell, but is definitely working on everyone's favor.
I really do think that the Seraphine like lane is gonna be. They can really do stuff in 2 fights.
I agree, and we have Wacky Batman, who seems to be trying to go bot, and we're just gonna pay attention now as Space etc. flashes in and takes the knockup and the stun against Unshi. Who knows? Will they flash? Will they go in? And a kill goes over to Blitzcrank as Jax now goes on to tuition fee. Hopes for a second, but to no avail. And we see Vayne already very happy with the lane state. Despite being low HP, she's happy to pick up any assist and any bonus gold she can get. Even having control over the wave state on her tower. But you have a punish coming from the top lane.
No, he's just getting wards.
Getting wards down, getting information. We know that Jax isn't there, but in return, Artom able to take what is now his.
It is not his blue buff yet. Like Jax can definitely contest.
Yeah, you're correct. Wacky Batman prepping to begin with, but not seeing nothing. That's perfect.
I think it was. I personally think it was incorrect to start with you, but yeah, this was very. It was unfortunate. The time of the Aatrox crash was a bit too slow. Like it was a bit too early, so Aatrox no longer has priority to help help Jarvan take his blue buff to counter juggle whatever happened in bot lane.
For sure. Right, sounds good.
Yes, yeah.
We're gonna take a look back at bot lane. They don't, yeah, exactly. The top lane didn't really have an opportunity to really capitalize on Arton being in the enemy jungle, but that's perfectly fine. All information is good, and even then, it's a priority like that can be clawed back.
Wait, he's coming back in.
Okay, and Space etc. trying to go in, but as we know, Sivir's spell shoot is just very, very strong, and even finding the root against Space etc's Blitzcrank. Coming in from Seraphine. As time goes on, I think the Seraphine and Sivir are going to be a lot scarier unless Vayne can find Fortune against them.
The only real concern I sort of have with this the bot lane matchup as well is Sivir can always position in a way that she can block Blitz Hook with Spell Shield, so that Seraphine is more safe.
Okay,
Okay.
we got
We
a
have
flash onto the Blitzcrank, and Space Etc. is gonna die for being mispositioned a little bit too far from Jarvan. We have a potential returns. We have the Echo, Fortnite, or Crynex actually, getting ready to try and do anything, find anything against Team Blank over here. And now the objective being not even the Skull Crab, but the two wards that reside in those bushes. And they will find the ward and the Skull Crab as they move back to their respective lanes. Yeah, getting over the top lane, not too much is happening. We do see level 6s coming through. Ray from JP already hitting the level 6 mark. And now both sides are hitting level 6 as we see potential trade or potential fight. Nah, not quite. Okay, but we actually have stuff going on in bottom lane. Missed it a little bit, but Flash burned from tuition fee and Ignite's gone from space, etc.
Jarvan may want to cover for this, actually, but I'm assuming he's clearing top.
Yeah, it looks like he's pathing to the top lane, despite nothing else being in his jungle. Instead, we
I
have
mean,
Jax
yeah.
posturing for the bottom. Okay, let's see if anything can happen from here on out.
I really think that was actually incorrect for the Jax to hit the Squire's Bloom because it gives Team Blanks knowledge that he's potentially looking for a dive.
That's
and
fair.
that actually set them off.
That's fair. Either way, though, any advantage is good. Obviously, the advantage is not maximized, but any advantage is still good. They're going to be able to pick up Dragon over here, unless they remain uncontested, which we know they will. Tom moves to the top lane. We got a little bit of trade going on.
Can we please also get a tab? Some of the chat is asking for some items.
Of course. I apologize. Sorry, I had it down for the... had it down just to see if any action was going to happen in the bottom side.
So blue team does get the dragon, because Jarvan was pathing top. Seems like Jarvan wants to play for this top side, maybe a top gank into potentially control for Herald.
Yeah, and the flash on from JP. Okay, perfect flash out from Doggo as Kennen stays free. But that wave state is looking very, very unfortunate. Ray's going to have complete control over the lane from here on out, so long as they have enough minions to freeze the wave.
Although Burning Flash is indeed unfortunate, I think the Kennen might be fine because he still has TP, so I'm unsure if they'll be able to get this Herald.
Okay, we see a lot of gold in the bank from Jax over here. Hopefully he returns home soon to capitalize off of any gains he can get. Same goes with Jarvan 4 as he most likely looks to pick up the Iron Spike Whip. Iron Spike Whip. Okay, we have tuition fee. A little bit unaware of what's going on as she might have to pay with her life as they go in on tuition fee. But no, Sivers returning the autos as they almost secure it against KG. Okay, one more flash, one more auto, and they will not see the light.
Unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. The server was trying to bounce her W off the Blitzcrank to kill her, but
to no avail. Yeah. Even getting the return kill off of what was supposed to be originally for tuition fee, they get the kill on Unchi. And definitely an advantage for them. And Artom in return will be getting the top Rift Herald. And it's even backed up as we just barely miss. Unfortunately, the solo kill from Ray JP against the Kennen. Ultimates have been used from both sides, and Ray just happened to come out on top in that engagement. And she'll look to take a couple plates, and Artom will be very happy to secure Herald.
Yep, the solo bolo coming out from Ray. She really has been practicing this matchup very intently with that.
It's true. And the practice makes perfect is what they say. And practice is definitely paid out when you're able to kill the range matchup that most people usually tend to struggle with.
I know for this matchup she tried teching in Comet and it seems to be paying off. So really nice to see some adaptation.
Yeah, I really like the Comet adaptation. I remember seeing in Worlds too, the Comet versus Rumble, like Aatrox versus Rumble, they would usually also go Comet, which is a very interesting adaptation taken from both sides. So now we look to the top side once more, as Artom's just looking to harass the ever-living crap out of Doggo, trapping him in, as he has no flash. The R lands true.
No flash. Yep, no flash, no R. It should be a free kill.
the looks of it, definitely is a free kill. Yeah, nothing else that Wacky Batman can really do. 2v2 now as Fortnite makes it to the top. And they get one against Artom. Can he get one more against Brave from JP? Maybe one more slow. No, and nothing else. Okay, maybe even a return? I don't think there will be anything else. As we see Blitzcrank, he's trying to roam up, trying to skirt by Carvana if possible. Yeah, interesting engagements all around. Gold advantage is not too much in anyone's favor, but the team Heavy Sweaty Men are up a kill. Sorry, are up a dragon also. Okay, nice flash from Carvana as Blitzcrank almost lands the hook. Just barely dodging it with the use of flash. Almost broken summoner spell.
Sure. Flash abusers. We hate them.
Gotta love to see it. And the bottom lane's returning. KG just trying to wave clear under the tower. Impossible. Oh, and even a potential freeze? Perfect, etc. Tanking minions is a tank himself, leading to a nice position for them.
But I really don't think they'll be able to hold this freeze because with the wave clear of Seraphine Silver, it is quite impossible.
That is
In fact, I believe. I would actually argue that they probably could have let the freeze hold until they stop it. Oh, they wanted to reset before Dragon. That is fine.
Yeah, with Dragon coming up in 30 seconds, resets might be coming in. Feels a little bit late, but that's perfectly fine. 30 seconds does give you enough time to walk back. I feel like Artom is going to sacrifice the second dragon just to come back one more time. One more time back into the top lane. You know, secure one against Aerodoggo, especially with ultimate to trap Aerodoggo in and see if anything can happen. One more.
He does have flash this time though.
The ultimates come online as Aerodoggo does get to flash out to safety. Okay, now we have to look back onto the bottom side of the map. As we know, Jax is already here, ready to take care of this Cloud Drake.
I'm not really too sure about this play. I thought that maybe they could leverage the bot lane advantage and like wave clear, and maybe also drop the Herald mid instead and look for a play at Dragon. But
yeah, I agree.
think this is fine.
It feels like there's a missed opportunity for Unchi to punish their poor wave clear, but not just shoving out the wave. Fortnite looks to harass Artom in his own jungle, maybe even securing the kill. Okay, the flash onto him, but Carvana is in there and not enough to protect Artom from death. But yeah, with the second dragon gone, we now have Soul being revealed. Knowledge Enjoyer, in your opinion, what do you think is are you liking Mountain Soul for any of these two teams? Which one do you think it's like really better on?
I personally think Mountain Soul is so much better on the right team. Oh, but I also do see the merit of Mountain Soul on left team because Mountain Soul does protect a lot against some of the burst that comes out of this person.
As Unchi, as Tuition almost ends the kill. But yeah, sorry, as the moments calm down, we can definitely talk about dragons and souls. Yeah. But yeah, no, both teams do benefit greatly. I think it's a case of Heavy Sweaty Men just not wanting to give them soul at all. Like Kennen having more resistance to go through, Echo having more resistance to go through is just not beneficial to them at all.
Yeah, indeed.
So it's not so much that they gain a lot from the Mountain Soul, but more that they don't want to give the Mountain Soul to Team Blank over here.
I also do think that Mountain Soul would be okay or better on Jax in particular, but the other champions not really. But yeah, again, it's as you said, it's like they're looking for burst, they're looking for like the damage to really come out from that Kennen champion. So having to go through an extra shield is like quite a significant burden.
For sure. But yeah, some action is going on right now. Have more items coming in. A lot of mythics have been purchased already. Looks like the Team Blank, they're just covering the top side, seeing if they can get anything, as the first tower already falls to the red side. Nothing going on too much, except for the Advent mid lane. They will try and one-shot the Vex over here before they get pummeled by Artom, and the and the ultimate coming through, and nothing in return as the Team Blank get a 2-for-1 against Echo and Blitzcrank.
I mean, well, let me just say it out there. There's a reason why I stopped playing this Echo champion.
Anytime you want to do something, they're always there. They're always there
Nope.
to take care of you.
Bro, this champion, I'm telling you, does 0 damage if you don't land your R until you get like 3 items, man. Like, your dueling is not the best.
It's true. Yeah, the map does open up. Gold is still actually slightly favored now towards Team Blank over here. They're up around 1.5k. Half of an item spread out through all their teammates. Those leads can add up though. But they do have to claw back the 4 dragons. It really feels like Mountain Soul is a win condition right now. Or more like preventing Mountain Soul on Team Red.
Yeah.
This game.
Honestly, the more and more I see this, the current game state, the more I'm actually starting to feel that red team is actually super ahead. It's going to be very hard to, red team's super ahead in the sense that it's going to be really hard to win the team fights, and it's going to be hard to match the Aatrox actually in the side lane. And if you're trying to send Jax to match the Aatrox, that just doesn't make sense, right? Because it's like, oh, you're going to contest your champion without, you're going to test an objective without your jungler. So I think it's going to be very hard to actually match Ray in the side lane now that basically she's so far ahead.
She also has resistances set up against the Kennen specifically, as a mid laner, as both the mid laner and the top laner are both AP based, so the Merc Tread just gets extra value here.
Indeed.
You have Rift Herald dropping onto the mid side, hoping to crack it open right before the Mountain Drake spawns, and nothing as Anshi gets the spell shield against the Blitzcrank hook. Yeah, very nice. A little bit of nothing happening. Not even the mid tower following. That's perfectly fine. Both teams are trying to set up their dragon. Artom goes in and they're trying to one-shot space, etc. But to no avail. Fortnite instead will fall. And Aerodoggo is not quite back in yet. He's TPing in, hopefully with the cannon ult, trying to one-shot their team. The flash ult coming in, getting Unchi. And Ray from JP also cleaning up. Is there anything else Aerodoggo can do?
I was gonna say, Ray, the Aatrox can go really hard in this fight, but
okay, both teams are not 2 now. But Artom and the jungler being alive and going one more for Aerodoggo as the cannon falls to the J4 EQ combo. EQ auto and
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there you have it. I don't know who has bigger balls, this Jarvan or the heavy sweaty men.
No, it's true. Artom is definitely making the ballsy plays today. Same with Ray too, as the Aatrox, those Aatrox kills hurt a lot, carrying 2 of the kills in the middle lane.
Echo does not yet have enough AP to actually smite steal this from the. Yeah, he tries though.
Yeah, Fortnite Crynex having to flash out, and Karvana TPing in, forcing them out of the Dragon Pit. No fight at all.
Yeah, honestly, the situation is looking not too hot for heavy sweaty men. But the Vayne is slowly starting to. She's been slowly growing in power, I guess.
I would agree. Yeah, she did manage to pick up a kill in the mid lane. Not exactly sure if any shutdowns were collected by Team HSM, but nonetheless, any gold is a good gold in this scenario. Team Blank is only 1k gold ahead, but they're clawing back the Drake advantages, and the resistances will come back. Batman over here. Not too much going on, just a little bit of harassment on our tower. Any tower damage at this point of the game is pretty good, especially towards the ever important mid lane tower. As people want to crack it open.
I'm actually really concerned for the Vayne here because I don't know. Like, it's going to be very hard to play these team fights. The Jarvan's only goal is to lock the Vayne down. Like, I think she just gets comboed on really easily.
Yeah, alongside the Aatrox and literally everyone else too. Tuition Fee, the Fear coming from Vex too. They're all just such strong team fighting potential coming on from Artom over here, the J4, and everyone else on his team.
Yeah, it's also very hard to match the Aatrox from the side lane. So where are you going to be looking for your advantages as blue team?
Yeah, I agree. Aatrox has been constantly just racking up huge gold advantages. As we can see between Kennen and Aatrox, he's actually up like 1,700 gold. It's going to turn into a larger advantage over time, as Kennen feel like can't really deal with Aatrox on his own.
That is a very fair point. Someone mentioned up they do have the Blitzcrank, so that they do have that little X factor, but we'll see if whether or not this X factor wins them the game.
Yeah. From the looks of it, while Dragon is down, it just looks like a 1-4 situation. Ray in the bottom side, and 4 of their teammates in the mid lane too, collecting any waves top as they see fit. As we see Unchi making their way up to the top lane just to collect any gold if possible. You see Wacky Batman maybe preferring to try and kill Ray from JP. Okay, even baiting him in with the Hex Tech Proto Belt. Okay, but we actually have to look as Doggo goes in too and gets locked down by the J4, and it looks like it's spelling his death as they do die. But one more time, we gotta look at the bottom lane too as Fortnite goes in against the Aatrox. And nothing really happening too much except for a couple of ults burned.
They're really trying to get the shutdown on the Aatrox there. If they're able to get that shutdown and maybe put one of their solo laners ahead, it would probably swing the match over a bit to their side.
But at what cost? Like now that Jax is showing his hand in the bottom lane, it really feels like this Baron's about to go uncontested. They start with the X Factor and gain a kill against tuition fee all for free. Oh my goodness.
I don't think anything else would matter though, because yeah, as we said, Aatrox still has TP.
I think in the grand scheme of things, you're right, but that is definitely one of the more funny moments in the series so far. Oh my goodness, it's Artom too. Oh,
the X Factor is showing itself? No.
Okay, they actually
do have to burn Flash. They get 2 kills off of this. Maybe even the kill from on Aatrox here.
Yeah, from Ray from JP. Her shutdown still exists. So this kill actually just matters so much. Doggo making sure not to get hit by the Aatrox. And it actually looks like Ray from JP will get away scot-free. But never mind the turnaround. And unfortunately, Space server falls.
I mean, most base top laner, what can I say?
It's true. Okay, the W does not land, the Inferno Chains. But it doesn't really matter. I think Ray might just be able to run Kennen down. Oh, but to no avail.
That's very unfortunate because I think... Actually, no. She wouldn't have gone out.
But yeah, what's important to look at now is the upcoming Dragon. As it looks like Team Blank over here, they're already setting up, getting vision, tuition fee, placing down all of her wards when possible. Oh, and even a little skirmish happening against Wacky Batman. From the looks of it, yeah, Wacky Batman has a lot of unspent gold. So Artom just denying the back here is just so impactful as they go into the fight with 2,000 gold left in the bank unspent. And Doggo base checking, unfortunately, tuition fee and Artom's R.
Yeah. I mean, again, like what I said, you look at the gold score, and it's only 1K. They're only like around 1K up, but in reality, it's like they're playing as if they're like 5K down. Like that's just sad reality with this, how the gold is distributed, how the team fights play out.
Okay, but in this case, it doesn't really matter as Wacky Batman. I think the objective is complete. They got the Dragon all for his life. Unfortunately, a pick against Doggo too. It feels a little unnecessary, but at this rate, I think just getting the Mountain Souls are number one priority, as it's going to let Echo and Kennen one-shot against them down the line, as long as they can get it. Okay, and we see this prowess coming through as Fortnite takes away half of his health, like Hervina's health, in just one combo, and getting away at the cost of space, etc.
I mean, I don't want to be the one who says it, but this game looks so over.
It does feel a little bit hard, but if there's a will, there's a way. No FFs have been dropped yet in this between any of these guys. So
honestly, true. I'm the doomer in voice call. You know when you're playing, I'm the doomer guy. You know what I mean? I'm like FF15.
FF15. No, it's true. I think everyone has those moments, but over here, definitely.
They're looking for a nice flank. Do they get this? This will be huge if they get the.
And Fortnite's Echo Warp is actually insane. Oh my goodness, they're even having a chance to run them through in the jungle as Space Etc. looks to speed himself up and potentially
Yeah.
get one more Curvina. Potentially? Nah, the self-slow is just a little bit too impactful. And the fear going through.
Yep. He's out.
Right from JP getting the blue buff. Air Doggo trying to get one more in the cannon, but to no avail.
No, he doesn't get it. Yeah.
Health bars are a little bit too low for Air Doggo to try and push without punishment. So, Karina will
Yeah. Well, we did see how the game actually can turn here. If Keno gets a really, really good flank angle, it is possible to win these fights, especially if he doesn't get Seraphine exhausted immediately.
Yeah, I think you were talking about X factors earlier, and
Yeah.
it really feels like this team is just chock full of X factors. The Echo Time Warp, his innate healing off of his R, the Blitzcrank Hook, the Cannon Ultimate. It just feels like there's a lot of X factors that can go in the favor of Team Heavy Sweaty Men.
Yeah, I think I was really underestimating that, but I think with some very careful, conscientious play and really paying attention to like visions and like maps and controlling for flank angles, I think Red Team does indeed have this game in the bag. But it's going to be pretty. They have to be pretty careful with their advantage.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely one of those games where both teams won't go down without a fight, and both teams are putting up a really good fight right now. But yeah, we just have to make sure we can try and get as much gold as possible. Fortnite doing the call over here without vision against Curvina. Okay, getting feared right now, but it doesn't really feel like Curvina has an out as her fear is down, and he gets a solo kill. Fortnite over here and pick up some gold for himself and some kills in the mid lane too. Oh my god, oh my goodness, they are pretty much back in the game.
I think I just caster cursed them. I think I just caster cursed Team Blank. I am sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. This is what League of Legends is, you know?
You know, yeah. So like, the funny thing is one of these players were like, right before they got into the game, they're like, "Oh, Benny, wish me luck." And honestly, you know what I said to them? I said, "You won't need luck. You're gonna win." But honestly, I feel like I I gave them a bit of anti-luck by casting for them. So let's just say that.
This is what it's all about, baby. As teams are just picking up the last few waves. There's a lot of resets going on right now. Kennen probably wants a little bit more gold. Everyone wants a little bit more gold as the Dragon's up in a minute. Arton leaving the blue buff for his potentially mid laner and or support, depending who comes up. Waves are being cleared in preparation for the Drake in 1 minute.
Yeah, that's also another issue I'm starting to realize that Red Team has is now their ADC is actually very very underpowered in these fights. So where is your consistent damage, right? Because if your ADC is not really ahead, then who are you looking for in order to DPS this Jax?
Okay, from the looks of it, I think these teams are, instead of preparing for Dragon at all, it really feels like they're preparing for Baron instead. I completely missed the 20-minute Baron factor, even though it's been 28 minutes already. But yeah, I completely forgot. Right from JP with the flank, and they're ready to go in and try and get one against Space, etc. Wacky Batman over here, trying to survive with his ultimate, and even with stopwatch too, but I don't think it's enough. Never mind, Artom, and eventually not going to see the light of the day. As
they're split there. Oh, no, Red Team comes out ahead on this one.
The fight is still going on everywhere. Artom, even while stunned, the EQ still lands. I think that being the cause for Fortnite's death over there. But yeah, I think Team Blank over here are very happy as they bait the enemy with the Baron call, and instead they'll be able to get Dragon instead, which I think is one of the win cons for this game.
They deny the soul, so that is definitely something.
Deny the soul, yeah, and I think the soul is just way better on Team Blank over here instead of Team Heavy Sweaty Men. It's up to Team HSM to deny them their soul, but not this time. But yeah, we see both teams, they're trying to make their way around Baron as the one objective that's up right now, and it is definitely possible for both teams to take Baron. Yeah, not too much happening right now. Let's see things come up soon.
Again, no exhaust on the side of Team Blank here. So this Baron contest is going to be pretty scary because the Kennen does indeed have R.
And it looks like they're starting to go for Baron, even with vision on many sides of the map, including the Scuttle Crab. So
Yeah.
looks like this is gonna be the Hail Mary play that's being made, etc. Which should be with the redemption opening up, etc. Okay, Artom, Cannon ult seen true, getting 2, getting 3. Ray from JP,
Yeah.
the last hope, as Unchi, I think a white. Ray from JP goes
Yeah.
down as the first step of the game, and Unchi also falling down too. Wow, Team HSM,
Yeah.
it looks like they might be able to send it. Death timer's at 30 seconds at this point in the game. With four towers and an inhibitor to go, who knows, it might not be enough. Lucky Batman taking tower in hopes to take this tower a little bit faster as the minions go through. TPs from Kenneth coming in just to make the clear a little bit faster.
Yeah, actually, that's I was calling that. They're very strong in this fight, especially if they arrive first. It's very hard to walk up into Kennen, and it was very ballsy play for Artem to EQ in instantly instead of just throwing the E out and seeing the situation before going in. But
wow, that was just complete decimation over there, as they just run through those 4 towers and that 1 inhibitor. Yeah, the X Factor did come through.
Yeah,
That was
especially because the Kennen. Yeah, the Kennen was really unleashed there, especially because the Seraphine didn't have exhaust for him. The fight was just very one-sided because it was a 4v5. Sivir was coming late from base. Like, she was not there in the team fight at all. And it was very hard, that team fight, because it was very hard to lock down the Vayne because Jarvan EQ'd in with R, but he wasn't in range for any of the backline to sort of follow in on and engage. And when the team was disjointed like that, it was very hard to lock down the Vayne, and they just eventually just lost that fight.
Yeah, that definitely felt like really good. That felt like really good positioning from the Vayne's part, not letting herself get caught out by Artom over there, and at the end of the day, Team Blank over here get punished for trying to go in onto the Baron.
It was very, very smart what the blue team did there. They knew that red team was trying to reset and just immediately went for the Baron as soon as they saw the synchronized reset by all of red team there.
And yeah, now I think we're gonna be able to go for a little break now as we wait for the lobby to get set up and for draft to get ready. See you guys. Hey, what's up, everyone? Back from a little break as just figuring out last bits of draft. I think Team Blank over here, they're a little bit not quite ready yet.
They're shaken up. Yeah, I really think I really did think that Team Blank actually had a draft advantage there, especially because especially how early game did play out.
Hmm.
Um, the Aatrox was just really ahead, and like honestly, the state of like everything else was completely fine. They're winning, I think, team fights theoretically. They're also winning potentially side lanes if they wanted to. I think what
Hmm.
it really came down to, I think, was some key fights where there was some like really good, I guess, cannon ult angles and like um, just the Echo being able to like beat the Vex in the side lane actually.
Hmm.
So they found some kills here and there, and then off these kills, some of the Vayne also found some kills of her own, and then sooner or later you see like after one of these fights, you see the Silver being down 1-5, and Vayne's actually ahead like 4-1, and it's if you look at the team comps, you kind of realize that like the ADC on the red team, I think the Silver actually needs to be the one who DPSs a
Hmm.
lot of the time. She needs to be there. She needs to synchronize with the powerful ultimates on the enemy on their own team. And I guess during the last fight, you kind of see um,
That was
a
very
very
missed.
unfortunate, yeah, a very unfortunate turn of events. No exhaust on the Seraphine. Like the Kennen
Hmm.
just got a really huge ultimate, very disjointed fighting, especially
Hmm.
because they're running from base in order to get there, and sadly they just lost the game off of that.
Yeah, I think it also felt like a case of like Sivir not really having a good target to hit. I think the only really good target to hit right there was like Blitzcrank. It also felt like when Artom went in with the EQ, unfortunately we don't have a replay system, but it felt like when Artom went in with the EQ against Kennen, it really felt like Jarvan 4 was trapped in with Kennen and not the other way around, as Kennen managed to go into stopwatch um, and just completely take them out. But yeah, it looks like draft is finally ready. We're seeing the first bans come in. Artom's signature signature champion going away as Skarner gets banned away. We're seeing a little bit of a repeat again. Artom's Skarner getting banned. Team Heavy Sweaty Man's Evelyn also getting banned away. Mordekaiser banned this time being hovered. I will move on to the remainder of bans.
Yeah, let's see if Team Heavy Studies Men is gonna pull out the first pick of Vayne again, because it has indeed been looking pretty strong, even though she did not suffer. She did not because he did not really get too much of an advantage. He didn't even go even in lane, but as we can see, like outside of lane, this guy is a monster.
Mm-hmm. Vayne really came through that. The positioning difference definitely showed its mark at the end, as they end up 4-0 sweeping the enemy team in that fight, in that last fight. I feel like bans are going a little bit deja vu this time. Skarner, Mordekaiser, and Senna. I think the order slightly changed. Skarner, Senna, Mordekaiser. But these are all champions directed at the top laner, the jungle, and the support. Senna getting banned feels kind of weird. I feel like the Blitzcrank can really nullify whatever Senna can do, especially at earlier and like as an X factor too. As an Echo sees the ban, as Fortnite's Echo actually did, I thought was actually like really important. A couple crucial fights won just as Echo's able to rewind time and get back into the fight. But yeah, we see first bits of pick again as Team 6 to decide on their very first pick. Vayne as a hover.
Yeah, they're very confident on this main pick, and I think Team Blank originally had an answer to it in the form of Seraphine Silver, but as we see, it's not really cutting it so far. So let's see how they adapt to the situation, or whether or not they run do one of those salty run backs, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm a little bit of a draft deja vu right now. Jarvan 4 getting locked in, or yeah, Jarvan 4 getting locked in, and who knows, we might see a Seraphine again. I think Seraphine is a very strong champion. They just didn't have enough time to scale up towards the end, where Seraphine is becomes really the more broken pick, broken supports, similar to that
Yeah.
of Lulu and other enchanters, and Sona too. As we wait for the last few seconds, maybe see something get locked in. Zaya, very safe pick.
Yeah,
Okay, going
it
to
seems
number.
like they are indeed switching up the strategies against the Vayne pick. So
Hmm.
let's see what they do.
The real question then becomes why not? Who knows? Maybe I might be missing something. Maybe Wacky Batman also plays Jarvan, so it's a priority pick for both teams. But I think they really missed the opportunity here to go Zaya Rakan in the first pick, instead opting to go Jarvan for Zaya. Maybe Zaya on her own is just that strong to where Rakan is not needed.
No, I also do believe it has something to do with whether or not I'm not sure if Ray scouted this out properly. I'm assuming that Ray does, and I will give her the benefit of doubt because Ray is a very, very thorough drafter and investigator. So I'm just actually assuming that they don't play Rakan. The enemy team may not play Rakan, so they might just not pick it here. Because yeah, that might just be an option.
Yeah, but if Team Blank over here they don't pick it for the third phase, then it definitely feels slightly wasted. I know Zaya is definitely very self sufficient as a
Oh
champ.
no, that's not what I meant. I mean Team Heavy Sweaty Mendes
Yeah,
may not
I
play
understand that
Rakan.
they don't play it, but if they don't pick it here, it might get banned out, right?
Yes, yes, that
In
is
which
indeed true.
case, yeah, it's okay. In which case, it feels Zaya feels like a slightly wasted pick, even though she is self sufficient. I understand. I feel like she's just that much better with Rakan. Instead, we see Renata Glass. I think. Hold on. Oh my goodness, Renata Glass. I feel like every time that champion gets picked, it's because it's Exodia.
Yeah. I mean, you do have Jax and Vayne on the enemy team, so and
Jax,
they're very short
yeah.
range as well. Um, she can R the Leona R, so you can prevent the engage onto your team. And with the Jarvan lockup, it just makes things like much easier. I really do like the drafting that comes out from Red Team here. You've definitely achieved greatness here with your drafting preparations.
Yeah, the Renata feels like Exodia again. We're gonna have to see some adaptations from Heavy Sweaty Men. Feels like assassins are off the table, but what do you really do against Zaya and Zaya and especially Renata is if you can't play assassins anymore. Uh, we just really hope there's a competent mage pool coming over from Krynex or Fortnite. And as the last couple bans get locked in, we see Kennen, one of the X factors from the previous game, finally getting banned out, and Diana too, to make sure the
Yeah,
engagement is strong.
yeah, they're trying to ban out the Diana Yasuo with that Diana pick there, and also the Cannon from last game because they don't have access to again TK Senna.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, not a bad series of bans. I definitely feel like I understand that the Yasuo Diana combo exists, but I think against Renata that was never really an option to begin with. So Diana feels like a wasted ban from what
yeah,
I can see.
yep.
But it's okay. We'll see where it goes for these last couple of picks. What do we have? We have jungle mid from Team Blank over here, and then we have a
Mm-hmm.
potential jungle top. Sorry, jungle mid picks. Jungle top or mid. Team Heavy Sweaty Men over here.
I do want to give some context with the Diana ban, by the way. So
Mhm.
I remember speaking to Ray in particular and how she said their team had struggles versus the Diana Yasuo that they pulled out in one of the previous games. So
Mhm.
I think they just wanted to ban out the Diana out of comfort.
I understand. That makes sense. That is definitely very reasonable. If it's something that they're concerned about, it means that these guys have shown their hand once before, and it's
Yep,
definitely something to be feared. Feared enough to be banned away.
yep.
But we see
So
Rumble being
let's
locked
see.
in.
Yeah, let's see if they send the Jax into the jungle again. They do, right?
Source of AP from the Rumble. And also it's like the combo you mentioned from the first game, the Rumble J4. It really feels like Exodia when Jarvan gets to lock people in, and then the Rumble Incinerator just comes down and just completely melts the entire team inside the pit. But
Mm-hmm.
Ornn, who knows? Maybe Ornn's ability to crash the wall might come up as Ornn gets locked in, and the Oriana hover. I think Oriona's very good hover, very good pick here. I was saying how like you can't really pick any more champions that go into Renata Glass, as Renata's whole shtick is to get people off of her and her team. So Oriona is definitely one of the better mages that you could pick right now to make sure that they don't get on top of you.
Yeah, she has been pretty strong recently. So, oh, interesting. The Vel'Koz. I'm actually not too sure about this because I'm concerned with stuff like in the side lanes and those stuff, flank
Mhm.
angles.
Yeah, Vel'Koz feels kind of susceptible for the most part. He
Yeah,
does have a knock-up. He's also getting some quality of life buffs in the following patch, but we do see him locked in anyways. Who knows how he will fare against Leona, Ornn, Jax, and the lane
mm.
opponent Orianna too. Right.
I really do think the Vel'Koz pick here is a vacuum answer to the Orianna. I think he wants to get some sort of advantage in the lane or go even. And he's still okay in terms of the rest of the fights plays out. He can combo with the J4 Rumble. So really it's gonna come down to again like how I guess whether or not they can fight these team fights and get that combo off. Because I
Mhm.
really do think there's also gonna be some issues between the side lanes. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Overall, though, who do you think has the better comp here?
I don't know. I feel like it's very hard to say because on one team you kind of do have that wombo combo potential of just like completely just annihilating. Like Zaya here actually does go very very hard.
Mhm.
Um, but at the same time you do have to notice Natkazuki's Vayne again. So like I'm just not sure how the game's gonna be played out. I guess we'll have to see.
I think from a draft perspective, I would definitely agree with you. Um, Team Blank over here, really feels like their draft is a lot stronger. I think Vel'Koz, generally speaking, is a relatively weak pick. Kind of hard to peel off of Jax and Leona once they get on top of you. But otherwise, I think they do have a better team comp. But yes, I think we have to pay attention to the individual skill levels of like each player. And KJ's Vayne has just kept coming up, and who knows, they might find their mark again, or they might fall in game 2 of this best of 5 series. I think we will be going on a break as spectator delay comes up, and we'll see you guys soon. And
Alright.
we're live. Welcome to game 2 of Team Heavy Sweaty Men versus Team Blank as the split finals takes place.
Yeah. So we had some little issues for one of the team. I think Team Heavy Sweaty Man was their top laner, Irodago, was being ganked by Heavy Sweaty Man IRL. You know, there was a bit of a maintenance issue going on. He came to
Oh,
check on his PC. Yeah.
And we even have some technical issues within the stream as a little freeze. Hopefully that does not remain a common occurrence. We see Team Blank on a 5-point right now, and Team Heavy Sweaty Men on a slight stack. But everything seems standard right now. No crazy invades. Nothing to give Kennen a bonus 400 gold. But yeah, everything feels standard right now. Jack's coming back from base as he has his sweeper ready in tow. And looks like he's making his way to the top lane. Same with Artom. The most important aspect of this game at the current moment is who is starting where. And I wish we could see. I think it's slightly bugged, but we can't see which dragon is the first one. But we'll see in due time as things come up. Or you're not dropping a ward. Well, wards are being dropped. Vision is important. Information is imperative. Alright, as we see, both junglers are starting on the blue side of each side. Artom going to take the blue buff, getting a leash from his teammates too.
Yeah. Let's see if Draven's gonna full clear or whether or not he's gonna look to do blue gromp into red into top lane. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or if he's gonna, yeah.
I do want to make a comment though. It was the question mark ping. There's a small question mark ping on the on Jax's blue buff, signaling that they know where he's starting. I think that was a very cool call out, even with no vision. So let's just see how it changes the lane dynamics from here on out. As you see a little bit of scuffle going on in level 1, space etc. Leona not really able to do anything in level 1, literal bot. Tuition fee gets level 2.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing too much going on right now.
Yeah,
Level 1.
they're just gonna let, yeah. And they're just gonna let the wave come into them. It's nothing happening.
Yeah, true. Little hiccups here and there.
They do spot the Jarvan on the Raptors, so they know that he'll be topside.
But it doesn't really look like they're going to be able to do anything topside. The wave is in a push state, but it's a little bit too fast of a push for Jarvan to really do anything.
Yeah, and it's a bit too early for for him to gank him on the bounce. So I think he's just gonna full clear, hit Krugs, and yeah.
Yeah, not too much going on. KJ already down a lot of HP, and his pot gone too. Tuition fee sacrificing all of her HP just so that KJ can't really do anything anymore. See Wacky Batman over here. Getting ready to gank. They are known.
Very smart ward by Tuition.
Yeah. The ward dies, but that's perfectly fine. Junglers going for both scuttles. Artom also going for his respective scuttle. them both starting on opposite sides means that there's no contesting from either side. Don't see any lane dynamics coming over here. As Artom looks to camp in the bush, and we have the Jax over here. Popping Scryers, giving himself away. See if there's a potential vision or potential gank opportunity. All eyes on the mid lane as 4 people, now 3 come in. Wacky Batman trying to go in. Getting the stun against Kurvina. Yeah, decent chunk of HP. Wacky Batman might pay with his life as we miss a kill bot lane. I am so sorry. But we do also have a skirmish in the mid lane. First kill going to space, etc. We still do have a skirmish that leaves Wacky Batman 1 HP. And Fortnite and Kurvina with a decent chunk of mana.
That's nothing short of unfortunate, though.
Unfortunate. These guys are too blood hungry, you know? Can't catch them all.
Yeah. The Vayne there was kind of left on really low HP, so that's why it was really unfortunate. I think they were really trying to go for the kill, but the Renata just got killed at the end.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. In this case, I actually think that Unchi comes out on top. Obviously, Leona being strong is also quite nice, but you obviously want your ADC to have more gold. But nonetheless, gold is good. We will take what we can get. As they pick up first blood on the bottom lane. And we have tuition fee. The tuition fee special. I think in the previous series, we see tuition fee just roaming and constantly harassing them. And we can see the first time of it happening in this game. Of the series, actually.
I mean, to be fair, she does have her own timer here, and she's a little psychotic, so...
It is true, I agree. And knowing her personally, and seeing how she plays from the previous split, oh my goodness, playing against her must be so frustrating. You see some action happening at the top lane. Ray from JP using the burnout time to clear the control ward. As nothing else too much has really happened since then.
Seems like red side really wants to play for Dragon here.
Yeah, so we see the first dragon come up is the Chemtech dragon. Not really too impactful for any team per se, but yeah, dragon is a dragon. It's the first start to a potential win con, depending on what type of drake it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nonetheless, looks like Artom is making his way to his own jungle instead. Perhaps a little bit too early to clear jungle first. Sorry, to take dragon.
Yeah, they're just gonna full clear. Yeah, kind of misread that.
No, I think it's fine. Every player's making choices. You have perfect information and they don't. So, not too easy to make the correct call. You see Fortnite making his way on top, trying to kill Fortnite. Flash from Ray, and a missed ult from Fortnite. Very unfortunate, but still getting flash and getting your flash from Ray from JP just opens her up to more ganks against her. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So they do in fact take the dragon because they were just waiting for bot prio and for like mid lane to show top.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like Artom staying bot the entire time really paid off as he was able to secure the first dragon for his team. And they made their way back down bot too. Kurvina also almost managed to get a plate, unfortunately just shy a little bit as they missed just a couple more autos. Even then now, we still see that Anchi and Tuition Fee, they're just constantly pushed in against KJ. It's kind of hard to play against them right now, as long as Leona does not engage on them for free. Hey. Looking at the rest of the map though, we see Ray from JP, very low amount of mana, very low HP, but a decent amount of P. May let her turn this around depending on what goes on. And she walks up, going for the wave, and gets the kill. Wacky Batman. Jax very happy with any amount of gold, and even teams like Ornn, if you give him an inch, he'll go a mile with all those gold XP, any leads he can get, and just make him way stronger later on. Otherwise, not too much happening. Ray from JP does get punched there, and in return, though, we also see Wacky Batman trying to get some stuff in the top lane, leaving this Herald, which Artom now knows is being taken. Let's see if there's anything else that can happen. Kurvina and Ray from JP making their way to the Herald and giving it up for a moment.
Yeah, they get both objectives, so At least they have something for their work.
Yeah, and the early game especially too. I think Tuition Fee and Curvina, they're both making their way up top just so they can secure it. And it looks like Arcom is securing it 100%. Feels like Tuition Fee has a lot more agency in her lane now that she doesn't have to play so safe against the Blitzcrank.
Yeah, I also just think that this matchup is also it's similar to like I think it's kind of similar, but it's kind of safe if she has R.
Oh my goodness, that is
Like
so unfortunate. The missed opportunity against Unshi. Space, etc. Looks like he'll barely able to get away. Tuition Fee popping the. No, is definitely not
he doesn't get away. No, he doesn't get
definitely
away.
does not get away.
Movement speed from that. There's E coming up. It's impossible to miss. He doesn't get away.
Not bad, not bad. Potential dive going on against Unshi, and I think we're really seeing the value of Xayah over here. Even against the dive, where Unshi's like at around 10% HP, manages to close out the I was about to say stock, closes out the fight with her taking it at the end of the day.
Yep.
Very nice and very well played from Unshi.
So what I'm reading from here is I think Unshi's also just much more confident on the Xayah pick than the Sivir, because I think when we saw in last game, she was fine playing out the lane, but in mid game there were some issues with like hitting the front line, and like, especially in the team fights and how things played out. So I think Unshi's also definitely more confident in the Xayah, so we will be able to see how whether or not she'll be able to play these types of rounds in the team fights.
Karina getting a lot of damage against Wacky Batman. Honestly, if they had ult, it looked like a kill opportunity there, but to no avail. Still though, they are about to get two plates. Keep going in their pockets. Very nice.
Do we look bot lane? Is there a gank happening? Oh, the Vayne just condemned the Jarvan out of his EQ. Very clean.
Yeah. Unfortunately, missed it, but yeah, it looks like Space Square got caught out.
Yep. You can see it on the mini map because you see the champion icon moving away.
Yeah.
You know?
It also helps seeing that like when people die. Unfortunately, I just missed it. Apologies for the rest of the audience.
Yep. So they're gonna just inject a bunch of gold into this Xayah.
Over here.
Renata does.
Okay, the flash from Unji, making sure, and they actually get another one. Artom. Oh. Yeah, a little production error. Sorry, a little observing error. As we see KG fall once more within a minute. Unji, one more time.
This is huge. This is huge. This is huge. Oh, but
Fortnite does get the kill, thankfully, instead of space, etc. Gold not being very valuable on support, but either way, Xayah coming off of that with 2 bonus kills and even more assists. It's just a huge gold swing now in the favor.
And all the plating gold, and remember all the plating gold. You got like three plates. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's true. The plates, there's a lot of money that just straight up funneled into Xayah right now.
Yeah, if we look at the gold dip, it's 1,000.
1,000. I think 1,000 gold, like early, is huge too. Like look at the item difference already. While Xayah doesn't have boots, she does have a full Kraken Slayer, which I think is going to do a lot more damage than whatever Vayne can put out, even with her true damage passive.
Like she's just going to be so much stronger in this upcoming objectives. I think blue team would be wise to give up Dragon Lane, unless they can find Vel'Koz.
Okay, but Wacky Batman here, and also Space, etc. trying to make their way into the mid lane, but the sweep doesn't look like it's going to lead to anything. Just an ultimate from Curvina, as they get away scot-free. But in return...
They get super chunks there, so definitely they lose the Dragon Tech. I thought that maybe the R there was a bit too early, a bit too fast from the Renata there, but I think the outcome is basically the same. They get Dragon, and yeah.
Arton picks up Dragon, and we get to see the first bits of how this game will unfold, as we now get to see the Soul. The Soul in this case is an Ocean Soul. I don't really think Ocean Soul is a huge priority in this game, but I think both teams will be looking for Dragon as they want to maybe prevent one team from getting the Soul or Elder Dragon. Fortnite TP's in, but looking to do some window shopping, and unfortunately just falling to Curvina. Sorry, falling to Fortnite over here as they pick up the kill.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit concerned here because I do think that the Orianna being ahead does make life really hard the back line to sort of like try to at least somewhat walk up.
Yeah, no,
We have the Jarvan Rumble combo showing itself.
Yeah, there's the call we were talking about this draft and the previous draft. They do manage to lock up Jax, even though Jax has a stopwatch. Perfect timing is just not enough when Rumble's Incinerate lasts for so long. See some potential opportunities as Fortnite makes their way up, but to no avail. Vision is seen. Ray from JP will never be dying from that.
Blue team's turret.
Looking bottom lane, we already see the first turret following. It seems like a little bit of a repeat of last game. Ray from JP getting the first turret last game, and this time Unshi and Tuition Free getting the first turret this game.
Indeed. Can we take a look at the? Can we press
Yes,
tab
of
here
course.
and take a look at the items? Yeah, there we go. The gold, yeah. So as we see, the gold lead in the Zaya got extended by another 400 there with that first tower gold taken. He's definitely much stronger than the Vayman during this stage of the game, and honestly, I think they're doing a very good job with this bot lane adaptation compared to the first game. I think Unshi just wasn't very confident in the silver pick, even though theoretically I think they were doing really well with turn lane. I think there were some like issues with the team fighting, so I'm very glad that they made this adaptation, put him or her, my bad, on a champion that they're more confident, or she's more confident, he or she's more confident in. And yeah, I'm very excited to see how these team fights are playing out.
Yeah, but we see not too much happening. Well, probably something happening. Artem's looking enough to pick up the Herald, but by all counts and purposes, it looks like that Herald was there to begin with. There's never any doubt about it. Like some action might be happening, but they're well aware of the full ward, but not of space etc's existence inside of it. Okay, Kervina, face checking. There you go, that's one, that's two. Kervina flashing away as you see a fight also happening up top. Wacky Batman having to flash out, but Ornn already following for Artom and Ray from JP.
That's the second kill. Yeah.
That's the second kill. They go two for one. So
Ori does not have R here, so I think it's I think they just both can just walk away.
Yeah, that is definitely a well-positioned trade. It feels like the 3v2 with converted to 2v1 in the mid lane. You can get 2 kills and only having to sacrifice one of your teammates instead.
Yeah, seeing how this game is sort of playing out, I do see that Vel'Koz is having a bit of trouble in this game. So let's hope that they'll be able to combo well in the team fights.
Yeah, I think in terms of, I don't think Vel'Koz is the #1 priority when it comes to team fights or when it comes to healing. However, I do think Vel'Koz is very important. And in which case, I think there's an argument to be made that Twitch looks to try and peel as much for Unshi, Kervina, and even Ray from JP from time to time.
Yep.
Situations.
I'm just very concerned with just maybe a one-off Leona R coming in, followed by an Ornn R into an Orianna Shockwave, because that combination is going to be very scary. It's up to Zara to really play through all of that and yeah, win these fights.
Get some gold leads right now. Feels like Team Blank over here, they're a little bit more comfortable. They have 2 dragons. They're up 2 dragons. And they're also up 2 K4. And from the looks of it too, they're also well positioned to take the 3rd dragon. As Artom is already on his way bot side. Then here's Blue Buff and potentially looking for this upcoming dragon over here. But so are Team Heavy Sweaty Men. Trying to clear mid wave against Zaya, little to no avail. Failed Hex Flash from space, etc. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Switch creeps ready to back them up. Teams are ready. Even Orianna is having to wave clear against the Vel'Koz, not really having much agency against the control mage. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens from here on out. I think Wacky Batman does not even look to be contesting it. Space, etc. Just placing down wards to give them a false sense of fear. Yeah. No, the fear, because it felt like they were going to go in, but space, etc. Yeah,
Definitely dead.
Yeah, definitely die.
It's okay. It was a bit over the top, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you use an atomic bomb to kill a mosquito. It's fine.
Yeah. I've also been missing a series of kills in the bottom lane. there's just too much action happening in this game. You know, people are dying left and right. In this case, Corvina dies once again to the Orianna, potentially to another use of Shockwave, another Seas of Things. As we gotta see how Tuition Fee and Artom, they're looking to flank, or just maybe get control of the jungle, and eventually the bottom lane. Too much happening right now, just clearing waves. I think this is a standard game plan for Team Blake over here. They just get Prile, they get Dragons, they get Herald, they've gone 2 Heralds, 3 Dragons. So there's definitely an objective difference right now. And it's also translating to this gold league too, as they're now up 2.6k gold. It also makes it really hard for the enemy team to pick up CS2.
Yep. We see Xayah finally pursuing her mythic. She's got those very quick silver blades, and she's going to be very strong in the next few minutes. Vayne is very far from her Trinity Force, and I'm actually kind of concerned. Like, this Xayah is going to be so much stronger than this Vayne.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that Vayne can only really hit one person at a time, while Xayah can theoretically hit like all 5 people with her blades. With her feathers and her recall, just gonna do so much damage to a team. Yeah. But maybe the tankiness from Air Doggo and Space Etc. will be good enough. Who knows?
Yeah, well, the Vayne is still like 1,700 or so gold away from Trackbirds, so yeah, she's very far behind.
They're starting to catch up. It looks like the 2 side laners have opted to swap places. Fortnite no longer having to face against Corvina, and or no longer having to deal with Rumble. I've made it so that both sides are handshaking, just picking up waves in CS when they can.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna really have to look at these shockwaves in these next few fights. If this Orianna, this Fortnite guy is able to,
it's gonna be even with the flash too. Wow, that is such a wild flash. That is I think that is definitely a lack of discipline right there. Just the will to stay alive at any cost. As TPs come in from Fortnite, I don't think it's good enough as Wacky Batman has to flash away, but currently it looks like they're living. And Fortnite, eventually a Shockwave? No Shockwave inbound. Space Etc. Instead looking to stun. As another TP coming from Ray from JP. The Incinerator potentially trying to melt down the entire team. Eric Doggo.
Where's the R? Okay. That's not bad.
One more time. Wacky Batman, what are you doing? Oh no! One more Shockwave potentially? No Shockwave as Fortnite has already used it previously. KJ not really being able to outdamage the Xayah or the Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just a series of unfortunate events. As Corvina also making her way back into the mid lane. Respawn and picking up a kill against Vayne. TPing in. Aerodoggo too, also having to TP in, but at what cost? It looks like Aerodoggo is going to get chased down. A series of events. Series of unfortunate events too for Team Heavy Slay Men. Just unfortunate usage. Shockwave and Blast Cone usage from Wacky Batman. And just like too many TPs to count.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they are doing good. They are doing good. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like this call. I like this call. They definitely burn it fast enough. And also earlier, I feel like Corvina is really the nerve for getting to him or her, and I think they were just really nervous because I feel like they were kind of shaking at the same way. Did they do that without Smite? I saw that they go down.
Yeah, they get the Baron, they get the fight too. Aerodoggo just trying to do anything, just one more kill, but to no avail. It looks like the cat's in the bag with Team Blank over here being down 6k gold.
Yeah. And
they're also down Baron and about to be down eventually another dragon if they can't make it back in time.
Yeah, I mean this is Soul too. They have Baron buff. Like enemy teams like has like their. I'm not sure if Aerodoggo makes it back in time for the Dragon Masters. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be late, and everyone on the red team's up here, and like I really do not know whether or not they'll be able to win this because I think they just get Soul. Yeah, they're just giving. They're just too strong. Like everyone has their ultimate backups. Zai has his backup. Rumble has his own backup. I really think it's theirs.
Yeah. But on the other hand, there's some consolation prize to be had. Just a little bit of CS, whatever KJ can scrap up from the mid lane.
Yeah, they're really just trying to stall out the Baron buff timers right now. They're trying to push out the waves, try to prevent them from taking any objectives.
And we have a potential IRL gank. Hold on. Let me check beforehand if this chat is kosher, and I can read it. Give me a second. Never mind. Alright, for those who have extremely high definition monitors, you can read those chats, but otherwise, we just have a little pause. The top laner gets ganked IRL.
The Twitch chat. Is he hot? Alright, sure.
Actually, you know what? I gotta pull it up, man. Tuition fee, what a character. God damn.
Alright, is he hot? No, alright. Well,
A little bit of some IRL difficulties. This is not a professional series, you know. There are things happen in IRL. I think everyone has learned to deal with it.
Yeah, there's definitely some characters in these games. Let's just say that.
Yeah, this gives us the time to talk about the game a little bit. I think the game is super in Team Blank's favor.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to curse them again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say.
No, maybe
I
you
don't want to say the words. I won't say the words. You know what I mean?
Maybe
like
you
sooner or later, I gotta come out with that Batman tweet. You know, on the LS Batman thing.
Yeah. Oh, and we're back. We're back
that.
in business, baby. Let's go. Okay, gotta get my stream settings on. As my cursor does not want to work. Hello? Okay, never mind.
Hello.
And I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. Alright. Sorry.
Production. Yes, some production difficulties.
This is really frustrating. I hate. Oh, okay, there you go. Now we're back. Okay. After some slight issues when it came to the replay, after the unpause, we're finally back in business. It seems like Team Blank is just harassing the living crap of people and ready to take over the mid lane. Let's see if Black Batman and Blank I'm going in against KJ and completely just melting the ADC. Mario to do anything. Air Dog is going in.
Yeah, just look at the damage and like look at how ahead Team Red is. Like I think like actually burned her ultimate earlier because he was afraid that Orianna was gonna cast Shockwave there prior to seeing Shockwave around.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Baron.
The game now. Space, etc. and Bane, KJ. There are only gonna be a few seconds left for the. But I don't think they're going to be able to hold it against their own, especially against the strong wave clear and potential Arcom and Davina.
Yeah. Like this is what I'm saying. You have the Rumble Jarvan combo. It's just really painful to deal with.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, no. So we're going into a tied series now. The game will be longer than the series will be longer than 3 games, as Team Blank take it 1-1 against Team Heavy Sweaty Man. Apologies.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry for the hiccups. Yeah.
So like you know the guy at the door there, I think Heavy Sweaty Men were recruiting a new guy to join their little their little faction, their little cult, you know what I mean? So some guy just showed up wanting to join and they had to turn them away because they're in this match right now, you know.
They're in this match.
They told him to come back later, you know what I mean? That's why there's so many visits.
It's funny though. When life happens, those are definitely the best moments. But yeah, no, 1-1 series. Got a few more games to play. Hopefully we can crown. Actually, we will definitely be crowning one of these teams soon. It's exciting to see back and forth series 1-1. Let's just see once we come back from this break how the draft will shape up for game 3 of this best of 5 series. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game 3 of the series as the draft has finally begun once more. This time, well, actually, no, every time so far, Team Heavy Sweating Men have been on the. Actually, no, this time it's a little bit different. The labels are a little bit funky, but Team Blank is going to be on the blue side this time, and Team Heavy Sweating Men on the right side, on the red side. See bands opening up with Evelyn and Mordekaiser.
Hmm.
Seems to be like a repeat of the bands in the previous games, but we'll see how it shapes up.
Yeah, so we saw the adaptation coming out against the Vayne 1 first pick. I think Ray definitely did have several bot lane combinations to fight against that Vayne pick, and one of them, as we saw in the previous game, did work out. It was turned out to be Zaya and Renata, and yeah, like definitely Unchi was definitely way more confident on that champion and was able to carry a lot of fights and made the B1 first pick Vayne definitely regret picking Vayne first pick. So let's see what type of adaptations we see in the third draft going in.
Yeah, I want to say we already see a different priority in bands too. This time we have maybe the blue side red side dynamics are coming into play over here. Red side keeping the bands the same, they're banning Mordekaiser Senna, but on the blue side they opted to ban Echo and Morgana. Maybe Morgana is too much of a counter for some of the champs on Team Blank's team, so they would just like to get it out, or perhaps just a comfort pick for space, etc. We'll just have to see.
I'm the Morgana ban actually kind of draws into mind. Are they playing Hook champions? Will they be playing Nautilus? Will they be playing Blitzcrank? Will they be playing Pike? I'm really wondering what this Morgana ban is about because, from my knowledge, I'm not actually too sure if Vivian does play these champions.
For sure. And look at a Zach Open. Zach is one of those champions where if he doesn't get invaded, he's, in my opinion, very cringe to play against. His healing is insane. His damage is insane. His gank angles are also insane. I just want to say, I also think he's one of the champions that can go very well leading up to the next season. A low econ jungler that has a lot more random angles, with jungle, in my opinion, getting nerfed next in the coming preseason and seasons afterwards. So everyone just gotta look out for Zach in this series, and also also in all of your future games too. As we see, a Kennen get locked in too on the team of Team Heavy Sweating Men. Kennen on the first game of the series being one of the X factors and completely stealing away, and yeah, being one of the win cons for their team, and also like just carrying their team in that last fight. So seeing it locked in shows a lot of confidence, but also shows showing off their hand a little bit early.
Yep. We both know here that that Ray is very confident with playing Aatrox into the cannon, so maybe we'll get to see that.
Yeah, see that one more time. Maybe Ray can dominate lane again. But let's see how the lane dynamics change, and if there's and who knows, maybe the one who wins lane may not always win game. So
Yep.
yeah,
Well, we do have a Briar pick. Interesting.
we are over here. Perhaps you just want to out heal the Zac, which is entirely possible with that champion. Or her claws, her bites are truly vicious, and the amount of damage and amount of healing it does. Such the full lethality build, but I think full lethality is ill advised against the Zac and Lissandra CC. So
Yep.
we're
It's
most likely to see one more bruiser
like
inside of her.
yeah, probably the Stridebreaker build. The Zaya coming out again. Very nice. Zai's gonna be somewhat safe against the cannon. It's fine against Briar. Oh, the Yone. The Yone, I see. Is that Yone going mid or is it going top? Because the
It
thing
really
is,
feels like
they technically can swap. Because if Ray picks Aatrox here, they can send Yone to match the Aatrox and just put Kennen mid.
yeah, that's true
So
actually.
there is a flex potential here. So let's see how they play around this.
hmm I'm
Because
gonna say though, I really do appreciate Team Heavy Sweaty Men picking on their esports order. It'd also be really funny if they picked on the ADC and support afterwards.
it would be funny. Imagine their comms were like, bro, just like pick the champ. Just pick your champ.
hmm
But yeah,
No
we'll
draft
see.
analysis needed.
Yeah, just pick your champ, man. Honestly, though, like I'm pretty sure the Yone Lissandra matchup's bad. So like I think
Yes.
like I think that's Yone top. It's and like are they allowed to like swap roles when they're in game?
Uh, no, I think you have to declare if you're going to do a role swap or not.
I see, I see. Because I definitely think that this is an angle here.
Yeah. Uh, you declare role swaps and champ select, like as in sorry, not role swaps. You just describe like you tell people which champion is going where, so you can't blindside people.
Hmm,
So like
I see, I see.
once this draft finishes, we'll know exactly which champion is going where and who will be playing what.
Yep. I see this time around, Team Heavy Study Men actually decided to give counterpick to their to their ADC this time. So
Hmm.
that's nice to see.
Yeah, Ezreal being the prime picture of KJ. I actually know. Was it KJ? I completely
Yep,
forgot.
it's KJ.
Yeah.
He's Matt Kutsky. It's his main champion. I think he's an Ezreal Vayne player.
Mm. So we're seeing his second signature champion here. Being here more for the counterpick. I think it also works in their favor because as long as he hits his Qs, Zach, Lissandra, and Zaya should not really ever be touching him. So we'll
Yeah.
see how they adapt too.
Ezreal looks very unleashed. I remember also Ray talking to. I overheard a discussion with Ray and her team talking about whether or not what happens if they pick Ezreal Karma, and I guess this is their answer to that. Oh yeah, they banned away Karma. My bad. Yeah. So
That's true.
let's see what supports they play here then. What's going to be the R5?
Instead of that, though, we have the Melio lock in. Melio is a good champion for Zaya. Maybe he's just trying to counteract the amount of range that Ezreal has, and it's also a very good peel tool against Briar. And so long as he himself does not get stunned by Kennen, also a way to cleanse off the stun from Kennen.
Hmm. Camille, really? Camille into Kennen. I thought that matchup wasn't the best for Camille. I guess they wanted some lockdown versus the Ezreal, and I think Ray just said, "Hey, screw it. I think the matchup's not that bad, and I'll just take whatever lockdown we can get."
Hmm. That is a very good way of looking at things. I feel like there's definitely another there should have been some other champions that could be picked, but you're
Yeah,
right. If it
I
comes from a
also
Western
do think,
angle.
I also possibly do think that this is Ray going, "Hey, that also might just be Yone top," and I think I had a discussion with her about this. I personally thought that the Yone matchup was Yone Camille matchup was actually Yone favorite, but I think there's some not there's not really 100% consensus on that, and there are angles in which apparently Camille can win out on this matchup, and
Mhm.
I know Ray has been practicing this matchup, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how she will be able to play this lane out.
I see. Anyways, so that is I can see the angle coming too, especially Camille in the sideline too. Always a threat, even if individual matchups aren't very good. Like just being able to hit towers and just run away, and then like even when you join team fights, just being able to lock down even a single player for your Lissandra or for your Zac, or to lock away the pivotal Ezreal is just going to be huge in this game. I think. In turn, though, we do have an Alistar. Alistar, I think picked not so much for his engage potential, but more of his peel. I would have wished to see a Thresh instead, but we'll see how Alistar's tankiness fares. No fear of a Silas, as all champions have been locked in. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely going to be an interesting series as we wait for spec we wait for spectator delay. But yeah, any parting words about this draft, Knowledge and Joy?
Yeah, I definitely think that I personally thought it was a bit weird to pick the Lissandra so early. I think though that Lissandra is just inherently a very high valuable champion where she
Mhm.
has lockdown, she has CC, it's just like she's will always be useful towards her teammates. I think they're trying to put their mid laner on that champion because I think there was some confidence issues with like the previously how the previous game went. So I think that's their current adaptation, and I actually kind of like how Heavy Side Min also made an adaptation of just not first picking Vayne because they realized that they can just get beaten by the Zaya and whatever flexible pick that they have in the support. So
Yeah,
I
they
like how
definitely did
they
get
decided
punished.
to reserve the ADC pick until like later on in the phase.
Yeah, they definitely
But yeah,
did get punished in that series. We did get confirmation from Team Happy Suleiman. The pick order is exactly as you see it. Kennen will be in the top lane. Yone will be in the mid lane. Everything else feels very self-explanatory. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in a few minutes once spectator delay is over. What's up, everyone? Welcome to game 4 of this
Three,
series.
right?
Is it game 3?
It's
Crap.
game 3. It's only game 3,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
We
I'm
have
working on
another
series at
3
the
hours
moment.
to go, bro.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's a game 3 series. You're right. It's 1-1 in neither team's favor. Both teams taking one game from each other already. As we see everyone lining up in a single file line or two file line. Both teams are going in the classic 5-point start, making sure nobody wants any funny invades or funny knowledge checks. You see a ward over here. That's the highlight of the day or highlight of the minute.
Definitely,
Perfect gold.
Definitely also want to avoid one of those blitzcrank situations that we remember getting from first game.
Yeah, true. The Canyon gain and 400 gold. Maybe that was the difference maker, you know, the butterfly effect.
Yeah. Even though Ray managed to solo bolo and be
Completely
up
swing it
20
afterwards,
CS.
eh?
Yeah.
Who knows? Either way, though, it's gonna be an exciting series. You have both teams opting to start bot. Yep, from the looks of it, both teams are opting to start bot. Artom and Wacky Batman going for their respective buffs on the bottom side. Okay, not too much is going on right now. Just mid lane dynamics. I think the job of Yoni is definitely to just preserve his own HP up until level 3, or maybe even for a freeze if he can get anything.
Oh, you know what was an interesting change? Did you know that Lissandra Shatter actually used to not slow the champions hit by
Yeah, the enemy passed the first
yeah,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and it was like that was a key. What's the psychological thing where it's like you remember something but it's not actually.
Oh, the Mandela effect.
Yeah, the Mandela effect. It definitely felt like the Mandela effect there.
But it got patched like a while back.
Yeah, nothing too much happening in the bot lane. I think expected that Alistar being a literal bot level 1, having to give up priority to Sushun Fianchi.
Yep, level 2. Oh, but they're walking into a gank here, but they have it warded.
Noted. And Archon is just gonna really be able to take the jungle instead. On his own jungle, apologies. But no, never mind. Even through a ward, Wacky Batman just going in. Flash from Anchi. Perhaps he can get one more. And nothing in, as the feathers are enough. Tuition fee getting sent away from Breer's Scream. But no kill nonetheless. No flashes either from who had the Sweaty Men. But both flashes from Anchi and Tuition fee coming in. And Artom being very smart, very reactive in this case. Just taking the jungle before he can get punched by Wacky Batman. This is completely expected at this point. Both junglers know where they are. And it's only expected to get counter jungle like that when a gank like that fails.
Yep. Camille also have fire here, so he can freely take red. Oh my god, this guy. This is like your solo queue jungler, by the way. Like, this guy's just standing in there for 30 seconds, like 40 seconds, just waiting for you in the bush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He literally 3 camps that bot. Like, I can't. Alright.
It is one of those moments, but at this rate, it feels like a moment of desperation. I think Wacky Batman knew that nothing would happen. His first one goes to Ray from JP, as Artom secures the Q onto Kennen and another minion auto just for fun. We gotta take a look back.
I definitely do see why Briar decided to stay there, because he knows that he saw Zach on his Raptors, and by the time he canceled his base the second time, he realized it would be too late to contest Raptors, and his cannon would be like shoved in, so he wouldn't even be able to get his red. So this is like the punishment of like just sitting bot and non-vision for too long.
For sure. Yeah. And with the blue side do know that Batman is over here, and they're just moving away accordingly as to not get ganked. Artom just taking the last bit of his jungle up here. Taking the blue buff that could have taken a while, but opted to do the correct play in my opinion and choose to invade Wacky Batman instead. Making his way back up top. Is Kennen mispositioned? From the looks of it, not really, but everyone knows about Zach's wacky angles. This little blob does many crazy things. It's just way too much lockdown against Aradogo. Like one more time.
No one's coming towards him, so E-hook shot's gonna come up. He has no flash.
If anything, Kervina is also gonna try and secure the kill for himself.
No, he should go back to lane. Yeah, like as you see, like he has no mana. There's no reason to come here. He should have stayed out to shut the wave or TP'd.
On the other hand, though, KJ actually managed to get Prio in that lane, perhaps because they are out of this bottom lane is out of pots. Had no chance to reset. They're just gonna get Dragon in turn. The level 3 Drake take, very interesting, but it is doable due to Briar's champion and the teammates KJ and Spectre, etc.
Yep, especially because they invested so much time bot from the top laner, they had to stick the jungle there, so that was a free game. I'm not too sure about this one, Artem. I'm pretty sure one of them died, so yeah, Yone.
Yeah, they're both level 5, and
yeah. Oh my!
Oh, that is so depressing. Almost played, and the tower gets wacky Batman too. You know what? It's not even that
it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy for the Yone. Like as a Yone player, like you know you're kicking yourself in the mid. You're like, fuck, that's a double kill for free.
How did that root hit? Everyone is so frustrated in that situation. Karvina playing that so well, saving the root until Yone was under tower, but still, the one has still got to keep the shins after that. What a depressing feeling as the hook shot does not reach air doggle and instead hits the wave on the top side. Oh my goodness. And instead, there's so much action happening. We still see Fortnite just chilling back in the mid lane. Karvina's forced to hold wave. Potentially even get something. It's tuition fee. There's no ward in that. Space SRS has just been sitting there for so long. Potentially booping him into. There you go. That's one. Q. Get ready for the stun. Fortnite is coming in. No ult, but it doesn't really matter. There should be enough damage. Tuition fee not able to peel away. But the exhaust will. Can you get 2 more? No, not quite. Knockup comes in. I don't think it's enough. It is enough! Look at Fortnite! He gets this kill against Unchi right as the E expires. What a kill! And all of that for such little punish, as Karvina still has not pushed in this cannon wave against Fortnite. And what a series for
yeah, they're getting all the shutdowns. Yeah. It's looking kind of like fine now actually. Like the Briar was actually really far behind with whatever just happened, but now he's actually around people's CS and he's impacting the map as well. So
yeah, Wacky Batman finally getting a kill. Unfortunately, it was a missed event, but I think what happened in mid was arguably just as hype too. Apologies, but nonetheless, what a turn of events. The gold is almost like even now. There's only a 400 gold difference in the favor of There's only a 400 gold difference in the favor of Team Blank, but that's to be expected with Briar getting punished so heavily for staying bot for so long. On the other hand, maybe these bot advantages will come out on top down the line. But yeah, no, the game is starting to die down a little bit. Karvina making their way down bot, clearing any wards. You know, KJ should be a little bit suspicious that a ward was cleared, but nobody joined into the fray. Okay, look slightly to over there, and we see Karvina try and go in, but going a little bit wide, and setting his Space Insider as a consolation kill for his first death and 300 gold to the pockets of Unchi.
Yeah, like this Yone is actually doing really well in the mid lane, despite having quote-unquote bad matchup.
Yeah.
I guess it's not too bad because you can somewhat shield from. Oh, getting caught out here. Oh, the cancel?
Cancel is insane. It's so unfortunate that Fortnite has to die here, but he just does. 4-man to the mid side, and Karvina TPing to the bottom side, trying to protect Unchi, but it might be too little, too late. As Karvina, the only thing they can do now is try and clear whatever wave that KJ and Wacky Banana wants to push in, and we might be ganked IRL. Let us see what is going on. Skill gap, sorry. How did error pay? Okay, never mind. I don't think I should be reading this chat. However, feels like there's a gank IRL, or there is a situation going on related to the game. But yeah, there's just a little pause right now. Hopefully no technical difficulties getting back.
Yeah, I feel like that TP was really weird. Like, if you wanted to try to like save your ADC there, you definitely try to TP on the wave. It was unleash teleport. So, and the thing is, you also had a wave coming into your tower. So if you're concerned with like catching the wave there, you definitely TP later. So I think it was just like maybe a misclick. like where I think they wanted the TP in, and then but it was a bit late on the TP, so yeah.
I think the intention is correct. I wish it was Unleashed Teleport, but with only 9 minutes into the game, Unleashed Teleport was
Oh,
not yet
really?
up. Yeah.
Oh, I think maybe it was an observer, but I thought it was unleashed, but I guess
No,
it
no, no, it's
wasn't.
perfectly fine. But otherwise, I would agree with you. Karvina trying to teleport in, trying to save their teammates, but too little, too late. And we're finally back into the game. As Karvina only really push in wave, or at least try to, assuming KJ and Wacky Batman don't push in. As we have a spectator bug, that is okay. We will deal with this in due time. Let me just see if anything can be fixed. I love spectator client.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks a bit like okay. I guess because there's only like a small sliver for me, I guess it kind of looked like there was unleashed teleport, but I guess it wasn't.
Okay, and we're back. But yeah, no, the if it looks, it's like kind of weird. But judging by the other icons on like Air Doggo and Ray from JP, you can tell it's like the darker shade means it's not unleashed. But that's perfectly fine. So we got some action in the top lane. Space etc. showing us why the Alex are in this game playing for Air Doggo. At what cost? Like, Space etc. gets brought back into the fray and falls once more. In this case, to Ray from JP.
Ray really kind of showing her proficiency on Camille this game. Like definitely, really far ahead. It's going to be very hard to match her actually.
Champion Ocean for Fortnite. Karina, I didn't challenge Fortnite. I think this is a mistake. Her stopwatch right away. One more time. Trying to stall out the Yone E, the Spirit Walker.
Oh no.
And she will fall anyways. Wow, the Sombra. And a quote-unquote good matchup, but it's just a series of unfortunate events. She falls once again.
Yeah. But I mean, like that's the power of Lysandra though. She has lockdown and she will be useful.
Yeah, I agree. I think she will also always be useful. I think in the context of this game too, even though Space Etc. has died twice, I think Space Etc. will always be useful in peeling off Artom and Ray from JP in the late game. Because Ezreal, it feels like Ezreal, as long as he can do his thing, he'll become area. We are ulting in, trying to fear the rest of his team and secure the kill. Fortnite not quite dead yet. Getting the chain CC, but Ray from JP back into the fray. And Karvina flash is not being able to secure the kill. Fortnite and Wacky Batman going to flash over the wall, but nothing else otherwise. I don't even know who died. I don't even know which side lost more of their people, but either way, that was a very exciting series. And Yone just continues to get more and more ahead, but in this case, at the cost of the Gray. First items are coming through for Fortnite. Fortnite over here on the Yone has Blade of the Ruin King. I assume it's going to be something more for Archon, and it's just good for peel in general. For Chase, slow passive actually comes up quite clutch. Okay, I did miss a kill. Chase, etc. Falling once again to Ray from JP. But still, not too much should be lost at the moment. 4 deaths and not too much gold. Instead, make our way up here. Artom trying to bait them into the blast cone, but nothing else so far. Air Doggo just fighting with Unchi, trading shurikens, trading feathers. It's Ray from JP looking to TP in and lock people in once Artom does damage. One auto from Ray, another one from Zach, and that's a 0 for 3 on the side of Team Blank. Now they're up quite a bunch of gold, up 3.5k. All this and more was the place too. But I think they're going to find a tough time taking this tower as the turret armor comes into effect with 3 or more players. Nonetheless, Ezreal will be trying to get as much advantage as possible. Although nobody is bot side to shadow him, he's backing away. And he should be taking place instead. There he is. We are ulting to the mid lane. Oh shoot. And not hitting Kirby. Fine. Maybe in one world it might be an into play. Instead we should look to the top side. Our dog was having a tough time against the 2 champions, that is Emil and Elio.
I mean, like, the Camille is really strong here, so definitely you have to be careful. So Divine Sunder and, like, yeah. Honestly, though, I think this was a Triforce game because there's a lot of squishies on the other team. You're so far ahead. Like, you can definitely afford to just go Triforce here. It's also to make up for some missing damage that might be in the form of Little Sandra and death.
Getting in, breaking JP is also good too. You just do the extra source of damage. And I think Aerodog will have found himself intaking completely. I don't think it was a... Yep.
I mean, if I was a Yone, like, I'll be calling for the event. Like that's like an Avengers level. I mean, he's an Avengers level there, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
The
They called
Avengers
the
literally
Avengers
just
there.
got in there, yeah. Just his ass.
It's true. A series of events, all of this to shut down Fortnite. Now 4 deaths in, I remember he was doing a lot better, but I think these lockdown fights are just not going in his favor too.
Yeah.
Perhaps Alex starts to try and do him, even at the cost of solo XP. It's etc. trying to get Karina, but I don't know exactly how. If anything, it looks like Ray can try and follow up with Karina instead. But he's really following up with thing to the top side. Okay, from JP, almost falling to the Fortnite's Yone. Instead, just gonna be able to take the lead for himself. And some
This matchup is still rather. Oh, the Yone Castadar, that's probably why. The matchup is not the best if one of them doesn't have our stuff. That makes sense.
To the mid lane, Aerodog, we're trying to bully out the very tanky Artom, but to no avail. Yone try to get something. So I think this is gonna find this very hard for himself as Arena comes down too. Rear hitting true on Artom. Potentially a really good fight. Artom, there's gonna be so much drain tankiness. Okay, but no ultimate coming from either side except for
I don't think it's enough. They just wipe them.
Okay.
Oh, the curtain wore off. Oh, that was so unfortunate for Fortnite there.
He's really trying to do his best, but I think being in that position to begin with is less than ideal. Whoa. Okay, Anshi does get the tower in the bottom side, but at the cost of their own life, KJ does pick up one more kill on the Zaya.
This Ezreal is in fact scaling though, so I mean I do think if he's like as cracked as he says he is, I do think this might be a problem.
Yeah, despite being able to win the 1v1 though, he is still down gold against the Zaya. Not so much anymore with that shutdown and that local gold from the tower. But still, it's like, I think Ezreal's gonna have a tough time trying to claw back. But maybe with enough insurance from Briar, Alistar, and Yone especially, this might be a very favorable game for him. KJ just immediately getting zoned on, sorry, and immediately getting zoned on by Arton. DPs are coming in, Ray from JP also trying to zone in on the...
I think that was
the Ezreal, but...
that is unfortunate.
Yeah,
she lives.
She lives.
I think she lives.
There's so much going on, and they can almost get aced. Wow, 4 for 0 actually.
That was actually really close to being if the Ezreal managed to kill it.
Yeah, this is definitely a series of butterfly effects. If they were just slightly less behind, like Team Heavy sweating on it, they're just slightly less behind or ahead, like that fight really could have gone in their favor. The Yone ult, the Cannon ult, it almost killed all of them, but to no avail. 1 HP is all the HP you need. But as Briar, Spiky Batman taking up everything.
So you have a fight breaking out.
I completely missed
it.
it.
They're on the retreat.
Now the retreat, Doggo without ult
so,
really do much.
Yeah, I don't think they have that much like gauge outside of the
Okay, not too bad. Not too much happening mid right now, but there is something to say that they're just super far, just like relatively far behind. KJ is up a level, but he's barely up in gold now. So you still have to contest everyone else, including the Camille and the Yone, who are both trying to decimate you. as much as possible. We're just gonna have to see how KJ plays this out.
Yeah, like with a 7K gold lead, it's definitely looking a bit grim. The current situation. It's definitely up to the Angel to try to really pull some magic out of his hat, like one of those state level outplays, you know?
One of the plays that seems inevitable though is the one shot of Doggo. My condolences. Right from JP, all she needs is 2 autos. Completely decimate Doggo there. Very far behind now.
I mean,
1 item behind too. Oh my goodness.
I mean, like, what can we say? Like, Neil has chosen all time too. Well, broken is this champion.
Now we're finally seeing the fruits of Alistar. To be honest, as he's still as KJ is still alive. What the heck? I completely expected KJ to die there, but fruits of Alistar had kept him alive, but not able to do damage at the moment. KJ must run with his tail between his legs. Archon catching line of sight, but still following. Archon just like barely not able to touch him, and instead actually falling to him once he got in line of sight with Archon. Definitely an oversight. As we are ult in to Anji, and about to get rooted by the Xayah feathers. From Alistar, not enough. I think this game should be over now. Ray is also
unless
there.
there's Q3 into R.
There you go, that's Ray. That's Ray, that's 1, that's 2. One more W. Ignite.
No.
Ignite will secure it. Wow. And just from the looks of it, I think this game feels over. Perhaps they might opt to exit for Baron instead. But no, Ray from JP opting to try and one-shot Doggo for the 8th kill.
They're just trying to have fun.
Yeah, if it said inhibitor, what's the price? Inhibitor into out? Okay, yeah, there you go. Raise. Should be able to get out that side now. And instead, apologies, have here on Baron. The Baron. Okay, great. Interesting sequence of events.
Ezreal getting that is so huge. But, I guess Ray was just okay. Let's just have the fun, but I can't play that. She's probably done so much. Let her have some fun.
Perfect. Despite her death, the 4 other teammates all have Baron. They all get 300 gold each in their pockets. So either way, everyone should be happy a little bit about the outcome. KJ getting the 1-point shutdown, you're right. And Camille's still with the 700 gold shutdown overall. Give them more opportunities to try and come back, so long as Ray mispositioned.
Indeed. What is Yoi's second item, by the way? Is that Gale Force?
It looks to be Gale Force. Yeah, you're right. Maybe he needs more mobility against Sandra and Zach. Any mobility is good in this case.
Very interesting choice, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see.
Despite 9k at 9.2k gold difference, looks like there might be a chance. Never mind, Ray from JP just completely decimating Yolan at the top.
Yeah, it's so one-sided. Yeah, it's 3 items. Like you didn't have Gale Force, you only had Borg. So it was practically a 3 items versus 1 item, you know, fight. So
True.
yeah, you know how those turn out. I know Yone's broke, but he's not that.
For sure. You can't discount his 6,000 gold. Let's just bottom side probably connected. Not too much to see here. Instead, flashy Batman. Gotta try and do something against Ray from JP. The ult lands true. It's Ray. But oh my goodness.
Just ease out, you're fine.
Double stun coming against Ray. There's Gage, and it's not enough.
No, she kills him here. She kills him.
And the potential is not enough either. Fortnite coming here too. Try and get the kill. It isn't enough. Slowing her down, forcing her to...
Emilio here, it's huge. No, they went. Ray from JP.
Wow,
Very
Ray
nice.
is
That's the young too.
On
the Billo coming in there, like killing her, like gave her enough to be on the queue to beat them.
Yeah, I think this is not as important now as we gotta take a look at their base. Artom single-handedly with that one siege minion is ready to try and take down this tower and eventually take down the Nexus. He only finally falls down expectedly against Neil. Can't run away from Neil forever. Death to 10 and 2. As
It's over. I mean, look at the jump. Look at the top of this game. Like, look at she plays it all.
True, and yeah, that ends the game for 2 now in favor of team. I'm losing my train of thought. Team Blank up 2-1 against Team Heavy Sweaty Men. Man, what a series! I think these games are starting to get a lot more lopsided now. These games are definitely in favor of are definitely in favor of Team Blank. Just the gold leads once they take an inch, they'll go the full mile. And it feels like their comps are a lot better too. KJ felt like he had a chance, and unfortunately the chance slipped away either like due to teammates or like circumstances that happened outside of his control. But we'll just have to see how they adapt for the next game too. Benny, anything else to add?
No, I didn't have anything else to add in the past 10 minutes because the game was just so one-sided. It was just me. If I spoke anymore, it would just be me glazing Artem and Ray. You know what I mean? I don't want to be glazer either.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like making food, but I don't like making donuts. I don't like glazing donuts. You know what I mean? So
I understand. We'll be back soon as we go into game 4 of this series after a small break.
all right.
Hey guys, welcome back to round four. Sorry, game four of the series versus of Team Blank versus Team Heavy Sweaty Men. On the left side, it does say that is Team Heavy Sweaty Men. In fact, it is Team Blank. And on the right side is obviously the remainder, which is Team Heavy Sweaty Men. First things first, we gotta clear some things up. Um, Ignoring bans for a period of time. Wacky Batman, the jungler for the previous three games, is now swapping to the top lane. Trinex is now, or Fortnite is now in the jungle, and Aerodoggo, the top laner, is now in the mid lane. We'll see how these adaptations turn out, and we hope for an exciting series as bans are now getting locked in. Bans are also changing as a result of
Yeah,
who's playing in the jungle.
yeah. I think they got enough of Ray's Camille there. They're definitely thinking it was a bit too much last game. That 21 and 3 or 21 and 2 KD, like KD is where like sheesh, like she fucking took over that game. She
Yeah,
definitely doesn't want to see that ever again.
yeah, I agree. And as a result, we're seeing a difference in bans. I think there might be like a mental block when it comes to some players. Some players are just very uncomfortable playing against certain champions. And so like instead of seeing a Mordekaiser ban, we're instead seeing a Camille ban. Perhaps they're just that much more scared of race Camille, or more or less, there's also potential that Aerodoggo just does not like playing against a Mord.
Interesting. They leave the Senna open, which I'm actually not too sure because I think the Senna pick or the Senna. Oh wow, Rel immediately off the bat.
Rel gets immediately
I
locked
think
in.
yeah. Yeah, I
This
mean that can go jungle, right? I'm pretty sure that's jungle.
It's true. They
I
can
don't
also go
place that.
jungle, but I would like to imagine that it's a support slot locked in. Either way, it does make draft a little bit more difficult for Team Heavy Sweaty Men as you have to deal with a potential flex pick in the future. Instead,
Potential, but I know for a fact that this fifth person does not play engaged. So I think that's a jungle pick, and I think that they should want to at least leave up the option to play Senna because I believe that Senna combinations are very flexible here. Like for example, if they lock in Kennen here and then they lock in other champion like what is it like Jack like Kennen and then they
Mhm.
got locked in something like Jax, I can definitely see a world where you just lock in TK Senna here.
Mhm.
Another concern though with that is I'm not sure if they'll be lacking any damage. So, but yeah,
For sure. I think
there
that
it
was the
is.
last
Super.
second pick. There's a silver pick last second. I don't know if it's like truly silver or not, but nothing in chat means that silver is champion to be locked in.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay,
think they don't. I think they want to reserve the Rel quote unquote flex pick here. So I'm not sure if they'll lock in Senna. Yep, there you go.
There's an
There's
Aatrox.
the Aatrox. Yep.
You know, on top
Ray was
looking.
very confident. Yeah, Ray was definitely very confident on this Aatrox matchup last game. So there it
Mhm.
is.
Oh, I think we're seeing the true top lane pick here. Maybe jungle two potentially, but I think this is an Aatrox versus Gwen situation. We do know that
Mm-hmm.
players are swapping, and I think Air Dog was just very comfortable on the they're very comfortable on the Kennen pick, or maybe it adds just that much value to the point where Kennen mid is better than no Kennen at all.
Yep. I also think that but I also have to say that the Oriana matchup is like usually not good for Kennen.
Mhm.
So that's the one thing I have to say. But I do see that Gwen is probably like going to be into Aatrox. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. We see a couple bans. We have the Emilio ban to that pretty much like confirms that they don't think Rel is going to go into the support role at any point in the game. So it pretty much confirms Rel is most likely going to be in the jungle, at least in their eyes. Emilio ban, Viego ban, potentially from the looks of it, it's a ban against Krynex, no longer in the mid lane, taking a mental break against harassment. That is Team Blank. Instead, taking it to the jungle and taking out his anger on PvE mobs.
Mm-hmm.
Genre
And
ban.
there's a Janna ban. We also know that tuition fee does play the Janna. So they wanted to make sure that they had angles for the Kennen so that he just doesn't get altered away. Same thing with the Gwen. Very reasonable ban. And the Blitzcrank.
That's rank.
So
I'm
I
not gonna lie.
definitely am reading a TK Senna. I'm reading a TK Senna on B4, B5.
Mhm.
And honestly, I was very surprised they didn't try to at least ban either. I guess they couldn't ban. I guess they couldn't ban it because they had to ban Milio and Janna. So I definitely see a TK Senna coming up
Mhm.
in this next B4B5.
Even if we don't see like Senna per se, we might still see
I definitely see a
Lee
TK.
Sin.
I see TK. This is definitely a TK angle. It's Tom Kedge Senna against the Lee Sin, against the Kennen. I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good.
Interesting. Either way, though, we see Lee Sin get locked in. I think Lee Sin, although he isn't traditionally a feast and famine champion, I think in this game he definitely will be a feast or famine champion. It's kind of hard to do anything against Rel and Aatrox if you're very far behind. And like even if you insect people, you're just gonna blow up right away, right? So
Yeah.
I think in this context, he's definitely feast or famine. We'll just have to see how it plays out within the game. And instead of
Interesting.
TK Senna, we instead are seeing a Soraka lock-in against Kaisa. I think Soraka, from the looks of it, I think she'll struggle against Gwen in my opinion, but maybe the relatively short range of Kennen and Gwen and safety of Soraka means that she'll still be effective even if she can't
Yeah.
silence them 100%.
I actually also forgot. I think they're playing with a different ADC. This is also their fill ADC, so maybe they don't play the TK Senna like that well.
Oh,
I know
fair.
their support plays Senna, but I'm not sure if their ADC plays TK.
Mhm.
So I think that was what changed the pick here. I definitely see the value of Soraka though. She also is somewhat is good into Lee Sin. But yeah, if you see these two picks R4, R5, like you definitely want a Tom Kench here, right? TK would be able to eat anyone like who's being ulted by the non-list. TK would be able to swallow anyone who's being ulted by the cannon.
Uh-huh.
You know, the Lee Sin. There's so much, I guess, pick that you can deny with just the TK. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is fine too.
But nonetheless, we in return though we get another hook champion. I think I'm actually not too surprised about the Blitzcrank ban, but the response of a Nautilus coming in like the alternative hooker is still pretty good. Nautilus is guaranteed CC against anyone he chooses so long as he's in range. And honestly, like all these champions are going to be in range. They're all like relatively close range, except for Oriana E into R. But even then, like at the right time, Nautilus knock up into everyone is going to be lethal. But yeah, I think we are dealing with some player issues now. Uh, but yeah, is there anything else you want to follow up on in terms of draft?
No, not really. I think I think it's a very interesting draft. I'm actually not quite sure how this bot lane match goes. I'm not sure how the Soraka Kaisa matchup works into Sivir Nautilus. I think that's my one blind spot when it comes to game analysis. I don't really know too well when it comes into bot lane matchups that
Right.
well.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
this game looks kind of feast or famine, especially the Lee Sin. I think Lee Sin is such a polarizing pick. It's kind of outside the realm of what you would see, but I think
Hmm.
maybe there
I
might be
think
a
it's
world like
fun.
yeah, you're probably right. But I think with Sivir and Kennen, like so long as they can survive to late game, the Sivir and Kennen will be lethal. I think Kai'Sa will be lethal too in Oriana, but ah, it's so hard to say from just draft alone. I think the drafts otherwise are definitely relatively even, from what I
Mhm.
can tell. Just depends on.
Another thing I would have to say though, it's actually going to be somewhat hard to lock down Lee Sin very or consistently. I
Mhm.
think you'd have to rely on RelQ. You'd have to rely on Soraka E in order to like prevent Lee Sin from insecting people. And in that aspect, I think it's going to be somewhat difficult too. It's not really consistent.
For sure.
But if there's anyone who's able to prevent anyone from like insecting someone, it will definitely be Tuition Fee.
Mhm.
She is the in-game leader and Masters player after all.
I see. Anyways, yeah. With that being said, I think yeah, with like Lee Sin playmaking potential, there's definitely a road to victory. It's just just gonna have to go in game and see it. I think we will go take a break. We do have some player issues at the moment, but once we get into the game, we'll definitely get back to you guys. Stay tuned as we go into game 4 of the series. And we're live. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Sorry, Benny, I know you were going to say something.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say it's been like 3 hours, and well, this is maybe
30
potentially the final
seconds
game.
until
So,
minions spawn.
this little game potentially will determine the outcome of our 6 winners. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
It's true. One thing, saw a couple of special things to note, besides stacking of level 1 in this bush over here. Some special things to note is the Orion a tier start against Kennen. It means that there's a handshake lane going on. Despite how strong the Doran's items are, they're opting not to start it.
Minions have spawned.
And the other thing to keep in mind of is the losing my train of thought is the role swaps. Wacky Batman previously in jungle is now opting to swap to the top lane. Krynex in the mid, swapping to jungle, and then finally Aerodoggo moving one step down and going into the mid lane, where they can most likely are going to handshake mid lane, to be honest. Unless Aerodoggo can pull some sick strats.
Well, so Lee will start as red here, and Bel's gonna start blue. I'm very interested in what type of tapping that's gonna sort of happen in this game, as we have to mention that the queen herself does not actually have flash. So I'm wondering if there's gonna be a potential regank into top angle. But to be fair, Rel does have, for some reason, have one of the fastest clears in the game, because Riot Games thought it was funny to give Rel some very, very disgusting jungle bonus damage to jungle minions buff. So, like, yeah, we'll have to see. It looks like she's going for a full clear. Yeah, I guess they're trying to leave top lane by itself.
Yeah, the island remains the island, but only for so long. Eventually, help will come, but to who first? We'll just have to see. But we both know, all of us now know that nobody will be top lane for a period of time, as both junglers are starting to padding bot for sure.
Mm-hmm. One thing to note though, Rel will definitely be first to bot lane, I believe, because she clears faster than Lee Sin.
My goodness.
So she'll be ahead on these clears. Lee Sin is, oh my god, this is very risky. So he's going 3 camp into top.
I think this is the exact same play as Batman did like last game on Briar, where they just sat top for a minute. Okay, and so unfortunate.
They sat bot for like a minute, yeah.
Yeah, but he sat bot is like feels like a repeat. Like I want to know how Rel responded. Yeah. Sorry, did I miss?
No. I think I was slow. I was watching the cast from Twitch, so that's why I was slow on the Lee Sin queue.
That's okay.
Oh my, it's a horror. It's a horror. Lee Sin just not finding any camps. It's a horror. The tempo is so ruined. I guess he's always gonna get his top factor, but yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you watch the production stream or my personal.
Yeah, no.
Okay, but looking to the mid lane, Fortnite against Kervina, just trying to do some damage for the lane. Nothing so far. Artom coming through, ignoring the bot Skull Crab.
Oh, I actually thought he could have just sat in the bush there. You know, just wait for Lee Sin to come. I think he has bot moving too, so.
Yeah, the bot lane does not have much early prio. If Nautilus can't land the hook early, they definitely give up a prio, as range the range champion usually can control more of the lane in the early game.
There's something going on mid. There's something going on mid.
Okay. Aerodoggo
flashing. There's a flash out forwards.
Aerodoggo flashing in. It's a very weird flash angle. No phase rush. Instead, he's going to get some protection from Fortnite over here. Krynex.
Oh, actually, maybe that's maybe it's a good stuff. Oh my! He tried to key smite it. He tried to key smite it, but there's 2 in there, so unfortunate.
Unfortunately, it did not work, but still, falling remains interesting to look at. Yeah. 4 champions is more interesting than 2. Aerodoggo, Fortnite, they have the vision ward, but is it possible? Can Fortnite jump over?
I don't think so. Like I think Kennen would have to space really close to the wall, you have to space down and
For sure.
to release into die over.
Crynex just constantly sitting on that ward. We'll have to see the implications of that. Perhaps he gets stuff.
Oh yeah, it's a horror. It's a horror. It's a horror. As a jungler, I understand. It's just COVID.
Yeah, at least they live though. You know, you don't get everything, but your consolation prize is that you get to live.
Yeah,
First back.
we'll say that. Yeah, I mean, Lee Sin hasn't backed either, so like, he hasn't finished his skill clear while Rel is actually chasing him into the jungle.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what I
first
mean.
blood, first solo kill.
People,
That's crazy.
Yeah, people always say that in jungle, it's the easiest role because you have no lane opponent, but like, this is what I mean. This is how jungle's supposed to be played, you know? If you get low HP, they follow you and you just die. Like, it's so, Lee Sin's so fucking cool.
Hey, Karvina is over here too. Like, sure, Gwen might be bottom side, but Karvina being here makes it a 4v4, a 4v3.
Oh, that's shot
KJ
too. Lee Sin's level 6 still.
Aerodog was trying to follow up from behind too, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to get anything. There's an R. Does he have enough
No, he gets
HP?
one.
He does. That's one. Karvina maybe for two. 2 HP is low mana, low HP, so there might be an angle for 1 or 2 more, perhaps just nothing, as Artom is in there to block the way.
Completely true. The only concern is their resets are slow, so they probably have to give Dragon here, so...
Yeah, that's true. KJ will have
yeah.
the prio on the bottom lane. We can just zoom over to the minions over here. It's trying to push back, but if there's one thing Sivir is known for, it is definitely her wave clear. So Sivir can look to wave clear that, and eventually just take the dragon. It's warded.
It seems that Lee Sin does not want to take Dragon. He is very, very behind on his clear, so to be fair, if he gets stopped here, it would be even worse for his tempo. Like, look at his CS score. He's like 30 CS in 7 minutes, and yeah. With not much to show from it, so it is a very rough position for this Lee Sin, who is quote-unquote supposed to be like a mid-early game champion, so
Yes.
it's going to be very, very rough.
At the moment, we're seeing the famine side of the champion, but again, with his teammates like having such high scale potential, I think the Gwen and the Kennen and the Sivir are also strong scalers. But who knows? Maybe it won't matter too much, or he can still facilitate plays. Artom on the backside of Wacky Batman. Wacky Batman's probably enough familiarity and like coming and fight him.
No.
It's the gank comes through.
I think he. No, he doesn't. There it is.
What's happening? Okay.
Flash.
And Gwen is
Not sure if
immune.
Flash is necessary. Yeah, I don't think Flash was necessary. I think it was always a kill. I guess you just wanted to save time.
Yeah, in this case, he's still going to die. Unfortunate. But that was
Let's see if he
enough time.
misses a wave mid. Does he miss the wave top? Let's see if he waves. How much minions he misses?
He missed?
misses a decent.
Yeah, he actually did miss
misses
everything.
a decent amount of minions. So honestly, not the worst. Burn Flash for that. Not the worst.
Yeah, in return though, for closers or Crynex over here gets the dragon. It's not too bad. Him and Artom are the same CS now, but Artom just has way more gold as a result of participating in just a lot more kills.
Yeah, he's also just been like a huge part in like his team's leads, right? So it's not just about his own score. Rel is a tank jungler, so the fact that Lee Sin is behind, like compared to Rel, is actually it just makes it so much worse. Feels so much worse.
Ace of Set right here, going in and really trying to take out Karvina. Oh my goodness. Usually Tuition Fee is known for her roaming prowess, but this time all it takes is one dredge hook and one ultimate to seal the deal against Karvina.
Yeah. As you mentioned, dredge line is like the ability, you know, it's the hook ability of the game.
Hook ability, but
other than Blitz.
Okay, we got two in the mid lane now. No mid laner for on the side of Team Blank. But still, those two champs can definitely take care of them. Instead, we have people roaming up to the top. It's looking like a 2v3 unless Aerodog can get in the way. Okay, Wacky Batman looks like he's in the fray with no flash, no more dash to have. Yeah, looks like Wacky Batman is just gonna have to fall into the Aatrox. One more auto, no auto. No Q. Watch Batman lives with the skin of his teeth. As Lee Sin kicks him away. Okay, that's not too bad. Just a little bit of CS in between. As a consolation prize though, you know, Artom will be able to pick up the first kill first. So, overall, Karnix himself will also be able to get some CS, but wow. Him being at 28% HP, he might not be able to stay in this lane anymore. Especially when Tuition V has her ultimate. Any tower dive is going to come through with no casualty at all. I'm gonna go to the bottom lane. Place a setter over here. Just gonna 1v1 the ADC. Force out her ultimate so long as she has the mana for it. But otherwise, KJ is here to clean up the kill. And she gets the shutdown too. Oh my goodness. A huge swing for KJ. She gets this wave too. And a little bit more. But yeah, probably getting some plates too. But we gotta move over to the top lane one more time. As instead of trying to deal with Crynex over here, they're trying to like completely beat down Wacky Batman. Gwen is not gonna have a good time. 1.75, like 1.5 bits when he's gone for sure. And they're now in a 2v3 position. As the healer, the rocket just stay in the back whenever she can, and Crynex dying as a result. And most likely the turret too. It looks like it's gonna fall. Not much for Batman to do here. Even like the Nautilus walking up, there's not much he can really do. Maybe instead going to take a bit of the weight from the mid, make sure the exit does not completely go to waste. And the top tower falls down too. First tower of the game. Yeah, first tower of the game. So they get a bunch of bonus gold too, changing the lead to around 4.3k gold. This game turning out to be much in the favor of Team Blank right now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what can we say? Like, I mean,
not too much happening right now. Air Doggo seems to have taken a little backseat from the mid lane at the moment. Not much he can do. Tuition Fee harassing the crap out of Air Doggo, making sure she
more like the other
keeps
way.
The damage that she took, definitely negligible. Her presence was much more important in that scenario. Ray from JP, even picking up chickens from the enemy jungle along the way. They're just extending their gold lead as much as possible. Aerodoggo reading that the enemies are there. Going in and making sure that he does not die in the process. Instead though, we're gonna try to look bot lane. Unchi sensing some impending doom and decides to leave the lane. Now KJ are stuck in the back, on the other tower. Restarts are coming up right now. Dragon is up in 15 seconds, so I think this is an ill-advised back. But with how much gold he has in his bank, it might make sense to go back. Yeah, and he picks up a Kindle gem. The 10%, sorry, the 10 ability haste might come up in some fights and some additional HP never hurt either. As Dragon comes up, Unchi moving down to the mid lane. Artom already there, ready to take Dragon. Vina too. Not much that can happen right now. Aatrox just has too much pressure in the top lane, so Crynex instead decides to focus up here instead. There's a fight going on. Ray from JP finally getting engaged on. A bunch of healing coming from Ray, so long as they can land a couple Qs.
Everything goes wide though. Oh,
yeah, the R does go wide. Okay, but unfortunately,
did she kind of kill?
One more, the missed Lee Sin. One more, that's all you need, that's all you need. 1 Q, 2 Qs. Oh, and that's death! And Raven TV takes it with the support of Soraka. Maybe if the Soraka heal was not there, none of that would have happened. But at least we get something in the bottom lane. I think there's much more favored into That's definitely much more favored onto Team Blank over there for the life of Kaisa. But oh my goodness, the fact that the fight was that close is just crazy.
Yeah, like I was gonna say if Ray ended up dying there, that maybe if the Soraka R came in before the Ignite, then maybe that would have actually turned out different. But I guess it was all calculated.
Blue team's turret has been
It always works out. When you're at the edge of the death and just get ripped right back in. What an exhilarating moment. Yeah, no, this lead is kind of crazy now. The the gold lead's almost 4K. So that means like like a whole item on average spread out across the team. And who knows, lead can be extended further. Finally see Sivir picking up, I think, from what I can tell, the Cauldron's Hammer. 10 ability haste, some CDR2.
Caulfield's hammer? Yeah.
Caulfield's? Is it did they say Cauldrons?
Caulfield.
I said
Yeah, cauldrons. Don't worry, it's not.
I'm not.
cauldron.
We're not cooking. I'm cooking on
Yeah, it's
commentary. I'm
okay.
not cooking that hard.
Future. I will be cooking soon at you if you would like to come.
On God, let's go. So
Yeah.
after commentary food, let's go.
Yes. I already ate quite a fair amount, so I might be focusing on cooking. I'll
Sure.
just enjoy myself.
Oh, so we can just do it. But yeah, no, we see the two ults, or sorry, one ult go for Aerodoggo, kill committed. It feels like Kais is just not having a good game at the moment, but who knows? This might just be the sacrifice lane. Ray from JP is just so strong right now. It might be worth it for Kais to take a couple falls for Ray to come out on top.
Yeah, and I also have to mention the Orianna is actually pretty big here. This is like an example of the Pete Orianna like versus Kennen matchup. The Orianna just zones the Kennen most of the time, especially when he doesn't have to.
Yeah, with WQ, you're
just
right.
need-
That
like,
ball
it's
is so important.
Red team's turret has been
And also the Lee Sin not looking too hot this game. He needs to be ahead for this Lee Sin to be like functionally working, and the fact that he's behind just hurts so much.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate it's come down to this point. But again, Gwen, Kennen, Sivir, maybe the combination is just enough. As Unchi goes, potentially falls one more time. No ultimates coming through. No death at the moment. Arton soloing the Herald at the moment. Sorry. Yeah, Arton soloing the Herald at the moment.
Second Herald's gonna go down.
Second Herald to them.
Will they drop it immediately? Let's see. Probably not. If anything, they're probably gonna drop it. Oh, there's the kill.
The dragon being
We showed
really
boss
close to
here.
the way.
Yeah, so just be heralding
top.
up here in response. The heralding top in response. We probably break this tower. Maybe in hit that tower too. But they are back, and then does not have R. Will they do? I think they hold this.
It's a 3v3, okay, it's gonna turn into a 5v5 now. And the Sivir ult tries to bring in her teammates as much as possible. Trevina, that ball is so strong. Hitting the ult, but only on Fortnite.
It's a 4v5.
And now it's a 4v5, but like, despite that, no casualties and like
Yeah,
no.
all their-
nobody
all-
is
I mean-
really lost.
Yeah, I mean, like all their endpoint. I don't want to sound rude about this, but all their endpoint players were in top lane there.
It's true.
Yeah, it's like the sacrifice lane that you kind of play, I guess, that's currently going on. But I think their top side's just so much stronger that it just makes up for it, right? The 4
Yeah, the 4v5 difference is not really real.
not really there, especially since Ken doesn't have an R. So hey, it's in reality it's a 4v4.
Yeah, as we see the last 10 seconds after the top lane play, it seems they used a Proud to try and get back to the. It seems they used a Proud to get back to the jungle pit. As Dragon, it's Cloud Drake, it's up for the grabs. Oh wait, X-Tech.
Yeah.
X-Tech, yeah. This I love the client, I love when it tells me there's a Cloud Drake coming up, and it turns out it's a X-Tech. No worries though. So the dragon will fall down, but there might be a play against Ray. As Krynex looks to Insect. Here from JP. Flash a stun.
There's Bronco
Nothing.
are coming in huge there, actually. That's a kill. If he's faced for it.
Nothing yet. But instead though, you have to look. Artom's ready to completely shank them. There's so much damage that comes in from the percent-based damage, but nothing at the moment goes wide. And instead Unchi gets everything. Maybe perhaps one more against Aerodoggo. Perhaps he sacrifices himself to another. Maybe two Artom.
Artem's got it. Oh,
A flash for the kill. Now we gotta take a look at the top lane. The level 4, this level 8 is trying to 1v1 the Orianna. Where is the that's one more. Okay, space, etc. But it's gonna see and also queuing back in the dredge line. That's all that's needed to try and take down Oriana and take it down to the third. So a huge turnover and quite a bit of gold in Silver.
Yep. They bought tower for it, so I think it's fine. You know how much local gold you get off of it now? It's like 600. Like
Yes, the local gold. If you're a split pusher, you are eating well in this patch. There's just so much gold to be had by.
Oh,
by
actually,
buying.
Artem winning kind of early is actually kind of scary. Look what's happening bot lane. They're getting collapsed on. Yeah, like if Artem was here.
Trinex is even despite the collapse, like it looks like she's at the point. Yeah, Kai'Sa's a machine gun. She's at the point where even if she dies there, she gets 2 in the process. But either way, I think Sivir is very happy with this. Sivir is also at 2 items herself, so she'll definitely be fine. Same with Kai'Sa.
Honestly, yeah. This is actually starting to become more of a problem now because like now she can actually just hit people in contest.
Yeah, I think the main difference between the first game and the first game that was played by Sivir, Anchi Sivir, in this game is that there's an actual front line they can hit. But ignoring that for a second, we have Wacky Batman going a little bit wide on the third Gwen Q. Assuming she doesn't get hit. Nice. Still trying to get the kill on Ray.
Yeah.
Huge.
I bet you Ray's kind of really hitting herself on that one because she missed the Q on there, and that might have actually been a kill.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
In those scenarios, you need to. Oh, there's a fight going on in the mid lane. Artom does take down.
Grappling.
Yeah, everyone's grappling at the moment. And KJ not having his armor pen item means like even though he's free hitting Artom, it does not really do anything in the long run. I think she needs the armor penetration in order to do anything. So we'll just have to wait a little longer as she farms up, secures the next thing. Instead though, we got Team Blank over here. They're looking to do Baron, Artom's percent-based damage, and Kai'Sa's constant auto attack. This does a lot of damage. Okay, and Artom going in with Hex Splash against Air Doggo. No ultimate coming from Air Doggo, meaning that
oh my
can die. Unless the jukes. Oh my goodness, forcing Artom into that situation. Never mind. KJ will have to leave. Anchi hitting, landing the W on KJ, but doesn't want to go or can't go in. There's no R at the moment. Okay, it looks like Team Blank is calling to dive KJ or perhaps just siege his tower. 4 versus 1, even with Spell Shield. But yeah, no, KJ is playing very, very safe, well aware of any potential Hextech shenanigans. Insect for Artom.
Yes.
She went nowhere. Very confused.
Because of the Soraka weapon. The silence what we were talking about earlier in the draft.
Mine is very slow.
I don't think
Okay,
this,
that's the Gwen. Yeah. That's the Gwen special. Oh my goodness, when you're hitting 2 or 3 champions with her R, she just completely melts people and heals for infinite too.
Yeah, Ori wasn't there. Like they didn't have the Oriana or. Is that Baron?
Yeah, I think so. With the fight completed, it looks like it's their turn to try and take Baron. Before it was Kai'Sa and Artom taking the Baron. This time it's your entire team. But Gwen, Sivir, and even Lee Sin getting bonus attack speed. It looks like they're gonna try and make quick work of the Baron. Oriana coming through. Perhaps there's a will, there's a way. Never mind, Space Asset are hitting.
No, this is what I mean. Like, I felt like if Oriana. Oh, there's no way.
Oh my goodness, Karina gets away too after the shockwave. That's actually insane. And KJ having to burn Spell Shield. Unfortunately, KJ burning Spell Shield earlier at the ball means that she took the brunt of the shockwave and ended up dying to Baron.
Yeah. That was another thing too. Like I was wondering if the Kai'Sa and the Oriana could turn deny the Baron take because of the Baron's MR strength. So like as you saw, the damage coming out of the shockwave combo there was huge. Like maybe there was a way to outplay, but I guess it was just very risky because they could just lose so much more. I think this is also fine. Like this current game streak is also fine, but you don't want to risk too much.
Looks like Team Heavy Sweaty Men know that they're in a bad position. Their Sivir is no longer there. I think Sivir and Gwen remain some of the most important. Actually, never mind. Their 3 important members still remain important for sure, but Sivir Savage is falling there, unfortunately makes it much more harder to contest, as she doesn't have any, as there's no easy way to free hit the MVP. Moving on to the mid lane, I do want to point out that Kai'Sa finally has her Lord Dominic's regards, meaning that she can, no matter who she hits, she's always going to be doing tons of damage. So I think from here on out, fights where KJ can hit people will most likely go in their favor. I'm gonna scan down to the bot lane. There's a potential 3v3 happens. Black Batman wanting to clear the ward. Let's just see if anything happens.
Yeah, they're just steadily holding off the Baron minions, and the siege minions fucking shooting the Baron, the tower from 5 billion swings away, but it's okay.
Yeah, same thing here. Maybe Aatrox trying to go in? Not quite.
Mid
Like
lane
Artom
definitely falls here. Mid lane definitely falls here. Have to give it.
Mid lane does fall, but Unchi and Artom, it looks like they're trying to make their way through. Kervina trying to slow people down, or Space Etc. missing hook, but not really mattering.
Now, that's another thing that you hate as a mage, going in tower minions.
Yeah, if you can't auto them, you're not really doing damage to them.
Let's see if Ray's looking for something. Well, I don't think
Ray-
Ray's anything.
yeah. She definitely was, but she had her chance. I think at this point of the game, Kennen is quite scary, despite being 2 items, or actually because he's 2 items, he's actually very, very scary. Just the amount of AP you have. But it looks like he might get collapsed. Artom's over there, made himself known on top of that ward. Yeah, not too much going on. Just trying to, Team Heavy Sweaty Men are just trying to extract as much value from the Baron as possible, despite KJ not having it himself. Fights, actual fight. Artom getting tagged by the Gwen. Space Etc. also getting tagged by the Aatrox. I think one is way more likely to die though. Space Etc. has to flash away from Ray.
Blue team's turret has been
And
destroyed.
consolation, you have Kennen picking up the tower as soon as I figure out the hockey. Okay, I always assume that Kennen is top lane. Apologies. Okay, nothing going on right now. A lot of items to be had. A lot of gold to spend. One has 1300 herself. Perhaps waiting to try and one-shot the Rabadon's death cap. Huge power spike waiting to happen once she returns with 5 millions. Not too much happening. Everyone's playing relatively safe. Special note to keep in mind of is the dragon that's coming up. It's a little bit BM in the mid lane right now, but she's allowed to be BM so long as she doesn't get tagged. Yeah, it looks like Heavy Sweaty Men, due to their superior wave clear, they get to take control of the game, or they get to take control of waves. So you have to look down the bottom lane now too. Oriana's trying to get one shot by Air Doggo. But that also means that for this upcoming fight, Kennen does not have an ultimate, so there might be some implications during the dragon, unless he gets the ultimate up in time.
Yeah, this is a base defense. Honestly, looking at how the game went in the first few, oh no. Yeah, the game was looking so nice in position, like just maybe 10 minutes ago, and look how quickly the game swung over.
Oh my goodness, it's not that.
Like they can keep chasing here. There's no, okay. No, fight this.
I think KJ is just very scared of getting free hit. And a solo kill to the... despite that fight happening up top, like... Wacky Batman is finally getting his revenge and manages a solo kill against Aatrox over here. Oh shit,
Yeah.
I really want to see the gold. Oh my goodness, the Gwen has 2400 gold. On return, she's going to pick up Rabadon's death cap.
Now, this is where the breaking point happens, sort of like in this matchup, where Gwen now actually has enough damage against the Aatrox so that, let's see, if they both stand still, the Gwen actually will be able to out DPS him, especially with Oblivion Orb to reduce the healing. So this is very, very scary.
Yeah, both teams are desperate now, or actually, Team Blank have recognized that this is a losing position for them at the moment. And so Gwen is just scouting out for potential picks, but they pick up the second dragon for themselves, Team Heavy Sweating Men. But in return, though, we're actually looking at a Baron angle. No, it looks like they're a little bit scared.
Yeah.
And I can see why, because Gwen is just so scary.
Yeah, same thing with Kennen. Kennen has both Flash and R. Like, this is such a scary position. Oh, and the Orianna Shockwave will find them.
Shout out to the Soraka too. That silence ended up being huge.
It's crazy.
Oh my goodness, KJ really able to do
Oh, and he
anything.
misses.
Gwen into the backside.
They get
Wait,
there.
when-
They get there enough. Oh.
Wait, Gwen being in the backside. No longer having R.
Yeah, it's just Baron. Oh my.
This
Is
is
it a
Baron.
Baron?
This is more than Baron. Potentially. Oh my goodness.
No, it's a Baron. I think it's a Baron. If they killed them earlier, there was potentially the waves were pushed there. So the only way would be through bot. But like I think they don't have PP. Oh, does Orianna PP? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's just Baron. Yeah, that's quite a swing.
And that was
The
definitely a
Orianna.
swing.
Yeah, the Orianna Shockwave finding the Kennen there was so big because the Kennen actually could have maybe just like completely like chunked them.
Yeah, went team with Flash ult. He even had the Proto Belt up, but was not able to do anything in time.
Indeed.
I think one small detail that was almost missed was the follow-up Soraka silence that came onto it.
That was big. That was huge.
That was huge. It made it like so that Kennen could not ult afterwards and like even try to potentially wipe them.
Yeah, it was very beautifully played by the support and the Orianna there. Another thing I would have to mention would be that I feel like there was probably a window for the Kennen to flash forwards and like Protobelt there on the Orianna in reacting to the Orianna Shockwave, and that might have actually may have turned the fight in a different direction. But it's something that's very hard to ask for during that high stakes moment. This is a game for potentially the final game. So
It's true. It's true. Okay, we have
the next step to everyone. Yeah.
Of course. No. It's like that's really what it is. Like, especially with such a close game, it's not quite easy to tell who's gonna win this too. So it's entirely reasonable that this might be the final or might not be the final game of the series. But yeah, we see Nautilus. He bought Knight's Vow for Sivir, trying to make her just a little bit more tanky in the spirit of this fight. We have TPs heading to the bottom side. Happy Batman. Gwen immune? Not quite. Melton and the Shockwave, the blue decimating the Orianna, the late TP coming in. I think Air Dog was just going to die also. He doesn't have ultimate. That is...
I think they run down mid. They just run down mid. Yeah, we have pings on mid. They definitely get at least inhib here. I think to end to bot.
They're trying to tell Unshi to take the mid wave. I think they understand that they can't quite end with only 2 minions available to them right now, but they can at least maximize the amount of gold they can get with the mid tower and the bot tower.
Yes, they probably get both mid and bot inhib tower here at least. But yeah, like this is like such strong nerds, you know what I mean? Like they have the like the X factor, and then they find these amazing fights and they just deliver.
Yeah, these Orianna Shockwaves are coming huge. I thought
this is good too. Like this is I think they win here.
Yeah, the Gwen not able to do enough damage to take them out.
No, I think we back off here. Yeah. I think they were a bit too over-eager. I think they were a bit too over-eager to end there. Yeah, when they pay for their lives.
Wait, I don't know what happened to my portraits.
I also think with Baron, I think there was a possibility to get both Nexus towers and maybe hit the Nexus, but again, it's a very difficult call.
Yeah, sure. I have no clue what happened to my portraits. Okay, we will be playing without portraits for a small period of time. However, though, we're just trying to see if anything else can happen. We can use the next few minutes. Looking for angles. Even pings on the red buff too. Any potential objectives?
we have someone joining call that I will not say who it is.
In due time, in due time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Soul for this is gonna be Soul Point for Team Blank. And it looks like they're gonna go uncontested. Gwen is a little bit late to it, and Lee Sin is just sitting in bush, not really gonna show himself yet. Kennen getting chunked for a lot of his HP already, not even having the opportunity to ult. And Ray from JP going on space. Everyone trying to get the flank angle. Light's playing slow. Dragon slowly falling in HP, almost half HP from where he was at the start. Okay, Wacky Batman going on tuition, but the stopwatch makes it so that nothing's gonna fall. Aerodog goes the flash away from tuition. And the shockwave once again. Oh my goodness.
It's just been finding such amazing shockwave this game. It was really a work of art.
The sub we didn't know we needed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, you're right. I think the shockwaves have been so insane this game. And it looks like the end of it, nobody died either. And the pentakill for Unchi. Rip it up. Kaisa. Oh my goodness. The pentakill also. What a crazy turn of events. I think these are both substitute players too.
Yeah, they're really pulling through.
Yeah, and they're definitely pulling through. What a series as they finally take their eyes towards the next one. Maybe we can see if Anshi can also get the last 50 gold. Maybe we couldn't really tell. But either way, what a series. Team Blank take it over Team Sweaty Men for 3-1 in this series. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Oh, what do you know? Joined with us right away is Artom. Yo, let's welcome to the champions of the UTL Fall Split. Welcome, Artom. How does it feel to be the winner of today?
It feels great.
Feels great. Yo, bro, guys, that shit was hype.
Just great, yeah, just great, man. Like you,
Sorry,
you
let
fucking
me crank it up, okay?
You
Crank it up for
grabbed
me, for me.
Awesome.
Hey, let's go. Oh my goodness, what a series. Yo, what was going through your mind like throughout the series? Like especially with that game 1 loss too, no? I feel like something like a loss like that really hurt. But you guys seem to bounce back from that for games 2 to 4.
Well, we realized what we did wrong, and we improved. That's all I can say.
And you guys improved.
Improved on the fly.
Yeah.
I see.
I really think that game 1 was a bit of a fluke. I think they caught you a bit on the back foot right when you're synchronizing your backs there. You're a bit late to the fight, and I think it's just nerves happening. I think honestly, you guys showed today that you are the better team. And honestly, that game 3 was spectacular. You guys, your top, your jungle, you completely gapped them that game. So tell me how it actually feels. Like, what game did you feel like you played best?
I think I popped off so hard in the Zac game.
The Zac, I think
so.
that Zac series is crazy. I think there are so many times where like certain champs just end up being Exodia. Like yeah, the Zac where you guys go for Crynex the entire time. I think the Renata Glask, and from what I can tell, game 2 was just they were just so impactful. And this time was the Oriana too, and eventually the Kaisa securing the pentakill at the end. That was an awesome series to watch.
Yeah, just everyone on the team had their own moments in the games.
I
It was
agree.
great.
That was a treat to watch. Out of curiosity, though, I gotta ask: did you guys ever feel that you guys were gonna lose Game 4? From my eyes, I think personally, I think like I think they had a lot of opportunities, like the Sivert especially, to just pump out a lot of damage, and that Gwen too with the death cap was just so strong. Did you guys ever feel like you were in like a really bad spot?
Honestly, after they got the Baron, it was kind of tight because we were just trying not to get engaged on around the
Mhm.
map, trying not to fight them through Baron. But I don't know. I felt like I wasn't really playing that well. But once we started hitting like the Rel ult and Shockwave combos, that's when stuff started getting better.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, the shockwave combos. Yo, you
Yeah.
gotta give it up to your. Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Oriana for this series is actually a substitute, correct?
Yeah.
Yo, your substitute went crazy. Shouts to the Oriana shockwaves. All of the Oriana into Soraka silences too. I think those definitely turned the fights around. It was very exciting to see.
I don't know. I think we just played better as a team every single game.
That's true. That's true. Except for game 1, but we don't talk about that. We don't.
No,
Talk
I
about
mean
that.
we kept improving.
Ah, yes. It's all about improvement. It's about the journey, and
Yep.
this journey ends with you guys winning. But yeah, thank you so much for the exciting games. Those last few games have really perked me up.
Yeah,
That was so much fun to watch, brother.
it was fun
Holy.
to play.
Yeah. Yo, do you have any
And all
parting
the
words?
observers here.
Oh,
It's really a treat. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Congratulations. You
Thank
guys
you.
are split one champions.
a fall split champions.
And he's gone.
Oh, yeah, he had to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but Artom, do you have any final words for yourself or for your team?
Great job, guys.
Great job.
Pretty
I
good.
gotta love to see it. Thank you very much, Artom, for joining us on this stream. I'm just gonna have some parting words. Thank you very much for watching the fall split finals. I want to thank all the teams for playing out. It is a commitment every week, and I really respect all the teams that stayed committed and played them out against their opponents. All the respect and the competition that came with it. I want to thank all the players too on each team. Everyone did well. The substitutes are also doing great too. Thank you very much for sticking with us. I want to also thank all the staff. Shout outs to Kirsten. Shout outs to all the guest speakers that we've had. Shout outs to all the other commentators that we've had. Swanner, Bob Joe Rock, and a couple of others. I was doing casting and production. Sorry, casting and observing too. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to the fall split. I really hope you guys take this opportunity to see just how much fun that you guys can have, the joys of competition, and that you guys could also join us for the winter split too. But yeah, I think that is all for me. Thank you very much. Please consider joining the winter split for 2024. And with that, that is it for me. Have a good one.